You can hold my hand because I'm scared. This hangout is on air. Yay!
Yes.
I'm so excited. Thank you for letting me talk on your stream.
Yeah, no problem. Of course I would.
Yeah, when you and Happy Shadows suggested it, I was kind of like, I don't know. I feel nervous. I also feel nervous to ask people to collab. I don't know. I feel weird.
If you want to collab sometime, I'm free.
I just recently asked Nordic Vampire, but the story that I chose, I actually need like a couple of people. It's like a couple of different voices, but
Like,
I don't. It doesn't matter. But since I'm a girl, I'm gonna be like the main narrator, so it'd be cool if they were guys.
As you said, like in my stream, girls are awesome.
Girls are awesome.
That is true.
I don't know. I just feel weird asking people. I don't know. I feel like I'm not cool enough or something.
Man, I just slapped you right now. You are like who's like you are awesome completely.
No, I feel like you guys are all like the cool kids, and I'm just like, I don't know, dirt to dirt.
No, nah, bro. Like I'm not even that cool, and I got like 100 subs. Like, what the hell? How do you get it?
Well, wait, I can hear it.
Yeah, that was my phone. Hey, Pick Lover. You do need to look at the chat, right?
Wait, so how am I not? I don't see. How do I get the? I don't see anybody typing in the chat.
Minimize the Hangouts thing, and then click on the stream thing on your like what you do the stream right now. Click on that one, and then you should see the stream chat. But mute the stream chat so people don't like hear it from your mic.
Wait, what? Well, okay, I have like.
Okay, minimize the Google, like this, like minimize it, yeah, and then go to, fuck. You click on your stream, like the one you're doing right now, when it says like live stream right now.
Mm-hmm.
Click on that one.
Okay.
And then once it pops up, you mute it, and then you should be able to see the stream chat.
Mute. I do not know what you're talking about. Control room?
Take a screenshot so I can see what you're seeing and send it to me on Twitter.
Oh my god. Oh my god, what's happening? I hit screen share. Oh, that's not good.
Wait, are you using OBS?
I have no. I'm just using whatever they on Google Chrome.
Okay. Like send a screenshot of what you see right now to me on the Twitter.
Okay. I'm screenshotting. Oh god, now I feel super stupid.
Nah, don't worry about it. I used to be like this too.
Because I want to see what people are saying.
I can let you know.
I don't know if I trust you. You're gonna say that they're all saying that I'm like evil. Well, I am evil.
You're not evil. Get that out of here.
Okay.
So far, she's like watching us.
Pit Clover?
Hey, wait a minute. Did you put a tweet out?
No.
That's probably why. Yes, you should. Okay, that's
Tweet, tweet, tweet.
No, not that chat.
Wait, I don't know what.
God
I don't
damn
know.
it. What are you doing? Okay. Go to the YouTube tab. You on there?
Wait, YouTube tab.
I don't know, boy.
I don't know what you're talking about. Because I'm in Google Hangouts.
Yes, get.
Go into
to
my
YouTube.
Okay, I'm in my YouTube.
Okay. Go to your Creator Studio.
Okay.
Go to live streaming.
Okay.
And does it show the one you're doing right now?
No, it's showing the one that
God
I tried.
Damn it.
That I tried to do. Here, let me go to my events. Okay, the one that I'm doing right now. Okay.
Okay, click on that one. Click on it.
I'm clicked on it. I see Pit Clover.
And then mute the video.
I did.
Okay. Do you see the chat?
Yeah.
There you go.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That was painful.
That was short and sweet.
Hi, Tasha. How are you?
Oh my goodness.
It's my first live stream and I'm messing it up. Just horribly.
Good God, says.
Oh my god.
Hi. Is this your first live stream ever?
By myself, like on my channel. Well, okay, so I've live streamed before, but I use my phone. So like it was just me talking, and I mean I could see the chat. But I've never done it on my laptop because I wanted to be able to follow along in the chat.
Do you know the thing called a phone, right?
Yeah. Well, you know, when I was live streaming with you, I was doing it through my iPad, and then I was using, but because when you do it like that, with like when you're on the live stream, you can see the chat, you just can't really like type into it. So then what I had to do is I had my phone next to me and then muted the live stream on my phone, and then that's how I was replying to people in the chat.
Yeah.
So I guess it's basic. I'm basically doing the same thing, just on my laptop.
At least you got the thing working now.
Yeah, and I can talk to all the beautiful people.
Hey, ain't that beautiful?
All the beautiful YouTube people.
Wow. Hey, second skipped. I feel so.
So yeah, I don't know. I just it was Ghost Bloodhound's idea for me to live stream because I was like, oh, I was at 99 this morning when I woke up. I was at 99 subscribers and I couldn't believe it. It like literally happened overnight. Not even kidding.
And then she was like, what should I do?
And him and Happy Shadows were like, stream. So I was like, okay. But I'm very, very nervous. I don't know why.
I'm right here. I don't get nervous when I'm around.
It's not you. It's all the other little YouTube people watching. All the people out there in the cyberspace.
What's wrong with them?
I don't know. They're judging me. They're all judging me.
Let me get their ass.
I think like just with the way that like YouTube's going and everything's changing, live streaming is definitely like the way of the
The most
future. I mean,
popular.
yeah, everybody's doing it now, and like all social media platforms have live streaming, like a live video option.
Yeah, let's put this out.
Well, because if you think about it, at first it was like, okay, reality TV was really popular, and then people realized that that was fake. And then like vlogging became really popular, but even some of those vloggers, they'll fake a bunch of stuff. And then now I think it's like live streaming. I'm sure somebody will find a way to fake live streaming, but like I think people like it because it's like real. You know what I mean? Real time.
Yeah,
I'll
I
be
get you, man.
I'll be lurking because I'm working some art. Gonna play Splatoon 2 with friends.
Splatoon 2.
Is that the? Which one is that one? Is that the one with
I
like the
don't know.
painting and the colors? Or am I thinking
Made a
something?
tweet.
Yay, tweet.
We should get the peoples in here now.
Yeah, I know it's like an awkward time too, because I think Creepy Blonde Girl is doing like a 24-hour stream. And I know there's
Wait,
other stuff going on. Like
when
I
is
think
that?
I thought it was supposed to, it said it was supposed to start this morning, but last time I checked, she wasn't on.
She said she's gonna do it again soon this week.
But a 24-hour thing would be cool.
Like an up all night kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it.
Have you heard of like Frostmare TV?
I've heard of Yeah Man TV.
Well, he does this like thing. It's going on right now, where he live streams like creepy videos. Some of them are like super fake, and some of them are funny, and some of them are like, holy crap, is that real? But it's just like constantly going 24 hours, 7 days a week, and I've kind of been getting into that. It's pretty. I don't know. It's pretty fun. I think partly that might have been where some of my subscribers came from, which is cool. But you should check it out. But I would like to do something like that. But I think I'd have to get the like an encoder. I'd have to like download an encoder and do it through YouTube so that I could play the videos out.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if Google Hangouts will let you do that.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna like record some stories, and then you said you're gonna start, then like blah blah blah. Here I am.
I'm sorry, did I interrupt your recording schedule?
Nah. I'm gonna probably do it after I get done here.
That's what every week I said I'm gonna do that, where I like record ahead of time so that I have some just in case.
Yeah.
Because usually Fridays aren't that busy for me at work, but sometimes stuff will just come up, and then all of a sudden I like have no time to record and post. I'm like barely getting it in by the skin of my teeth.
Yeah. I'll see you later, Pitt.
Thank you for coming, Pitt. I appreciate you.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Thank you. I have a question for you, Ghost Bloodhound.
Yeah, yes.
So, like, when some of your earlier videos, because when did you start uploading? Like, it's been a couple of years, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Let me go check how, when I first joined YouTube.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, I'll take a look at that.
When you first started posting videos.
Me like narrations.
Well, no, that was my question. So your videos, it looks like I can't even tell what you guys are doing. Almost like vlogs, but all of them look like they're at night.
Oh, like my friends just like doing little scary funny skits.
Yeah, so like
I was like one fat bastard back then, but then I got skinnier.
No, you look fine. Was your plan always to have a horror channel then?
Yeah, like actually, the first people I actually watched was Mr. Nightmare. Then it went on to Corpse Husband, and then went to Eden, and then it's, why not? And then like there's like a link in Eden's description thing. So I clicked on that, followed her, texted her a little bit. I'm a little bit of a burden to people sometimes. I text people when they're kind of busy, and I get, well, I don't know. But anyway, so I didn't know there's like a whole like horror community going on, like a whole bunch of narrators going on. So why not decide like, add one more? So I decided to make a horror channel and just get a mic, a laptop, and just start narrating.
But so did you do like the horror skits with your friends before you found Mr. Nightmare or after?
Like I was after them.
Okay. So you were trying to like do something different.
Yeah, because I was watching them like all the time. Like every time at night I go to sleep, I watch them.
Oh yeah. I think the first person that made me like fall in love with it was Mr. Creepypasta, because his voice is just so like hypnotizing. It's like kind of monotone, but in a way I like it.
Isn't he like the like leader / commander of the whole horror community?
The commander?
Or like leader or something like that.
I would say he's definitely one of them, or at least he's like the first one that I found, because like
there's multiple.
Well, I mean, he was like the first horror community person that I like subscribed to.
Yeah.
Cause I'm sorry, Creeps McPasta. There's so many. It's cause so like I used to like not like to watch horror movies. I used to be afraid. Like I even would like close my eyes and plug my ears during like trailers for them. That's how much of a wuss I was. And this is like a couple of years ago. And then I just like, I don't know. I felt like I needed like more thrill in my life. And I wasn't going to go jump off an airplane. So I started watching, like, I mean, I've always, like, I've watched horror movies since I was a kid. But I've always been a big wuss about it. But I started watching more and more and more. And then they weren't being scary anymore. So then on YouTube, I don't know how I got into it. But I found scary stories. And they were creeping me out, and then I don't know, I just fell in love with like all the creepypasta narrators. I mean, this was years ago, but
like I don't know if they did like a review on this movie, but it was called The Forest. That movie like scared the absolute shit out of me.
You know, I feel like, sorry, I'm digging in my purse for something. I felt like they made the trailer more scary, because it was creepy, don't get me wrong, like it was very creepy, but I really didn't get scared because I guess I kind of expected what would happen. I guess the creepy thing about it, oh yeah, we should
didn't watch it.
Spoiler.
I didn't expect it, like I didn't expect that little girl to turn to like a kind of like a fish-faced monster.
Oh. Well, I think what intrigued me about it is because, like, that forest is real.
Yeah, like a suicide forest.
Yeah. Now, whether, like...
Start to see things.
Whether fish-faced monster girls come after you...
Was the last one to the party.
Hey, who that?
Hey.
That would be Happy Shadows. You're like, who that?
Well, the camera's on, so that sucks.
Face reveal.
Hey, what's up, who that?
Who's the... Oh, so I'm just watching the chat. I'll be watching the chat for all you guys, I guess.
I've been doing that, then like miss I don't know how to work the damn chat.
I've been watching you guys because I've been trying to find a quiet place where my family is just like, you know, not here. And yeah. Anyway, yeah, what's up?
Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Congratulations on the 100 subscribers. Congrats.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Yeah, it was cool. I've never been in. I've really not invited to much things, so this is awesome.
No, I'm happy to have you.
No.
I was just telling Ghost Bloodhound that like I was afraid to ask like people to collab or like afraid to do a live stream because it's like I feel like
I
I'm
mean,
asking the cool kids like if I can hang out with them.
uh-uh.
Well, you know what? So was I. I remember I tried to ask another Hornator to collab, and then that kind of fell through, and that kind of sucked. And then I tried asking another person, and that fell through as well. But you know, life's life. So
Yeah.
Hi, Katie. Thank you so much, Katie. Katie
hi,
World.
Katie.
Oh, hey, Katie.
What's up?
Hi, Creepy
Hey,
Tales
Creepy
Corner.
Tales
Thank
Corner.
you. Thank you so much.
It's going,
Thank you
going
for
good, man. How
coming
about
in.
you?
5 people watching. Impressive.
I know it's now I'm even more nervous. I was fine just because of just talking to Ghost.
You're
Oh, yay. I'm so much
We've-
inspiration.
We've
Oh,
been
sorry.
talking about our like horror movies, which I
Oh.
love. I could talk about horror movies all night.
Well, like, what's the subject about the horror movies? Like,
Well, Ghost was saying that he was freaked out about the movie The Forest.
Fuck that movie. I
sorry.
hated it. I mean,
I think-
pizza.
The first horror movie I actually watched, like full through. I think like I caught glimpses of like The Exorcist.
Oh,
And,
that
like,
one. Oh.
But the thing is like always, I was never really allowed to watch horror movies, and I was never really wanted to watch the horror movies because I was like really imaginative as a child, and I would always have like these wretched daydreams and nightmares. Like, to tell you how bad of a child I was, like I had nightmares about the Muppets. Like,
Oh no, I love the Muppets.
so like
God
yeah.
damn it.
But like the first movies I started watching full through were actually like the classics ones, like The Wolfman and Frankenstein. And then I saw,
Me
and then I
too.
started, and then I got into the Twilight Zone. And then after that, I think the episode that scared me the most. Did you ever watch the one where he's got Moses is trapping like Satan inside the room?
No.
Yeah, that was an episode of the Twilight Zone. That like absolutely terrified me. But after that, everything really wasn't scary anymore. So
Who dat?
Who dat?
you know what? So who was your hero in horror movies? Did you guys have like any heroes? Because I have this one guy in A Scary Story that was like my hero for the longest time.
In a
Not
scary
really.
story or in a movie?
What was it? It was A Scary Story. It's have you ever heard the myth behind the jack-o'-lantern? How it came to be?
Are you talking about like if you? It's to keep like the evil spirit away from your house, right?
Well, yeah, but there was a guy. Basically, he tricked the devil like quite a few times, and then
Right.
yeah, that one, and then heaven wouldn't let him in, and the devil didn't want him because he was angry because he tricked him.
Yeah, tell it because I mean I've heard it, but go ahead and tell it because I want to
Okay.
hear it again.
So the story goes is that Jack was quite a bad man, and I don't know like what he was bad for. Really, they never really explained that, so I don't know if he killed somebody or something. Anyways, so the story goes is that he's basically here, and God tells Satan like you can have him basically. So Satan comes up to collect his soul, and he says, "Well, you know what? Let's go to hell then." And Satan's like, "Okay." And so they're walking down this they see these apple trees on the way to hell, and he says, and so Jack says, "Hey, Satan, you know, why don't you climb that apple tree so we can have some food for on the way to hell?" And Satan's just like, "Okay," and he climbs the tree, and then while he's on the tree, Jack carves a cross into it, and so the devil can't get down. And so he says, "I'll only let you down if you promise never to take me to hell." And so Satan's like, "Sure, yeah, like anything." And so he's like, "Okay." So Satan comes down. He doesn't take him to hell. One day Jack dies. God doesn't want him, but he can't go to hell either. So when he visits hell, Satan tosses him an amber from hell, and then Jack carves a lantern, and then that becomes the jack-o'-lantern. And he wanders forever. But the reason he was my hero is because he tricked Satan. And when I was little, like Satan was like the thing I feared the most. And I was like, you know what? Like any guy who can trick Satan is like my hero.
I get that because I kind of felt the same way. Like Satan's like the worst of the worst of the worst.
Ironically, I don't even believe in the devil anymore. So. That's funny. Yes.
Now, but isn't it like if the light goes out before Halloween's over, like can't Jack go into your jack-o'-lantern?
I actually don't know that one. And Jared, why are you silent? My
He went
son.
and got Gatorade.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Answer.
it's,
Talk, my son. Talk.
I am talking. God damn it. I'm sorry.
I'm just looking at the tab on how I can create moderators.
There are ladies present. Okay. You don't need to be cursing.
So I have to put in your guys' like channel URLs.
Oh, okay.
If I do that, then whenever I do another live stream again, you guys can moderate the chat. And you don't get all power hungry and just delete people's messages because you want to.
I would never do such a thing ever. Trust me.
You can trust me. Every goddamn message.
It's like, why are all the messages deleted? Oh, they just deleted them themselves. We didn't have anything to do with it. Anything to do with it, honestly.
I know some people have them, like the bigger channels. They have them because, you know, everything's monetized and like, including, you know, because you get in big trouble with YouTube now for like curse words and whatnot. And like right now, none of my stuff's monetized, so you guys can say whatever you want. I really don't care.
You just said, God damn it! You know what? She's getting pulled off YouTube. We're all the ship's sinking. Grab a life.
Done.
There's no more. We're done. It was a good run, honestly. It's good.
Hi, FGS.
Hello, FGS. Nice to meet you.
Well, like I said, I don't care like if you guys curse or whatever. The only thing I wouldn't want in the chat is if somebody were like typing links to like sell you some shit or like something
You're
like that.
In the
bullshit like that.
chat. I should know.
Yeah, that would. You should know what?
I've tried to post links in the YouTube chat, and they won't do anything.
I think I can set like a setting. I think there might be a setting that I could set to like make it so people can't post links. I don't know how to do that yet.
Manita.
Hey, no more. I'm done. How are you?
No more. I'm done. I'm out of here.
No more.
I don't want to turn on the camera. You weirdo person. Weirdo. I'm just trying to get to the YouTube thing. I'm on my computer now. This is the first time I've ever done anything on YouTube on my computer, really.
This is the first time I've done the live streaming with my computer. I've always used my phone or my iPad.
Well, you know what? I tried to use my phone to do this, and then it told me I needed to update Google Hangouts. So I had to delete my music app and my picture editing app, which I would have deleted Google Hangouts after this. Just so I could get on here. And then it said I freaking had no memory, even though it said you would have enough memory after you deleted this. And then I was just like, you mother, Jesus.
Do you have an iPhone?
No.
Oh, because my
too much. And I have to pay for all my stuff.
Analysis has completed. Warning.
Analysis has completed.
System Care has detected 0 issues, which can be critical to your Microsoft Windows 10 home system performance.
Oh, she's Windows 10.
We're having a meltdown.
She's trying to reveal all my secrets, computer.
No, my iPhone my old one used to say that when I'd run out of memory, so I would delete a bunch of stuff that like it would say that would help to get rid of, and it would still do it. So I'd have to do like a hard reset.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with this.
Sometimes that would help, or like if you have a type of phone where you can take the battery out, sometimes that helps.
Somebody else. Oh, if you're in the chat and you subscribe to me, thank you very much. I don't know.
Yes, FGS. There is a no. It's not mandatory, but it is highly praised if you're not wearing pants in this chat, because I'm not wearing any pants. This is a pants-free zone.
Well, I'm not wearing pants either. I'm wearing shorts.
I'm wearing pants. I don't know, show that one.
What really matters is if you wear the pants in the relationship.
I mean, not in bed, but not in bed. If you mean that's what you mean.
Oh my God.
What am I guy? I have to. I have to.
I have no idea what that meant. I actually didn't hear anything. You know, I still this day I'm actually going to Google it right now. What does
How do you understand
wearing
it?
the
No
pants in a
pants.
relationship mean?
I think it's
No pants.
What I always thought as is if it's I'm gonna stop saying it if it's something like really bad, but I always thought it meant that like they decided like everything, like they're the boss, and it looks like I'm right. Okay.
yeah, and also if you think about it, it's kind of sexist because back in the day, referring to because men usually were the only one that wore pants, women wore skirts. So like if you were to say to a girl, oh, she wears the pants in relationship, meaning that she's like the man, which I guess if you think about it is kind of sexist.
Wearing skirts. Jeez.
Men wear kilts.
God damn it.
I am actually Irish. Scot, which they don't wear kilts. The Scots do. I think I'm actually Scottish too.
I'm part Irish.
You know, when I was a wee laddie, my daddy sat me down, gave me half a point, and then he said, "Gonna teach you how to bring the British down and raise this Irish town from the ground." Da, 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 da.
Why does it sound like a dragon and like a princess kind of movie? That song.
Yeah, I made it up. I just one day I was just like, you know what? I want to make a cool song.
No more. I'm done. You're German. I'm half German.
Hey, I'm German too.
I'm half German too.
We're all cousins. We're all German cousins.
I'm German.
Hell yeah.
I'm German, Irish, Scottish, Russian, I believe. I'm Jewish. I'm Mexican, Spanish.
Oh my God.
Native American. African American.
Really?
Yeah.
Me too. You're just all mixed up, aren't you?
My friend calls me the Heinz 57.
Well, now I didn't see your full face when you came onto the chat, but I did see like your eye and then the top of your head. Is your hair red or just light brown?
Well, it's brown and it's got streaks of blonde, and it's also got like these really like parts of some of it are red too. It's really weird.
Is it curly?
You guys want to say me?
No, it's weird. It's like it's straight, but then it has this weird like one curl just at the bottom.
And Ghost, is your hair blonde? Because it's always kind of dark in your room.
Hold on, let me turn on the camera.
Blonde hair. Oh, look at it. Oh, you guys are so cute.
Oh, we're adorable, aren't we?
Thank you.
Hello, my son. It's good to see your face, Kevin.
Dad, no, not your son.
I'm not turning my camera. I'm not turning my camera on. One, because I don't want to show my face yet, and two, I look like cock-a-doodle right now. My hair's all frizzy and nasty.
Isn't your profile picture a selfie or something?
Yeah, it's my Bitmoji, so I guess it kind of looks like me, and I really do have blue curly hair, so.
You do? Oh, that's cool.
But my skin's brown, not green.
It's brown.
But
there's like I don't know.
But there is blood dripping from my mouth constantly. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm not trying to make. So this is kind of funny. I got a funny story. So I'm not trying to make. I'm not gonna make this political or anything. So like, but it involves Brexit. But basically, like somebody said Brexit, and then he was like, "What you mean like biscuit?" And I was just like,
"What are you talking about?"
You know what Brexit is?
I want biscuits.
I know, but why would you? Why did that make you think of biscuit?
No, like, well, I think of biscuits. I just think of food all around. I mean, except bacon because I can't eat bacon. So.
I'm a vegetarian. I don't eat bacon.
Oh, vegetarian.
But bacon. I have a friend that's allergic to bacon. It's not the meat, but it's the way that it's processed. Is that what you're allergic to?
No,
Is that what you? Oh, okay. Well, there's that too. I wasn't allowed to eat pork or unclean meat either because I was raised Seventh-day Adventist, which is basically Messianic Judaism.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So yeah, I
They-
wasn't
they
allowed
call-
to eat pork either.
Oh, yay. Cool.
Oh,
Pork is very unhealthy for you, and I wouldn't eat it even if I could, because it's quite disgusting.
man, I don't care. I'm gonna eat anyway.
Okay, I have to say this because it's my channel. I'm not trying to preach to you guys, but okay, pork and like there's a reason why there's some meats are considered unclean is because like pigs, they're like God's garbage cans. And don't get me wrong, I love pigs. They're so cute, but that's their job. That's their job. They have their digestive system lets them eat anything, and they
They have
can
the shortest
and
digestive system out of
Yeah.
any animal.
so they can and will eat anything, including other animals' poop.
They're almost as dirty as us.
Let's say dirtier.
I mean, which way do you mean dirty?
Well,
Get
they're,
down and dirty,
they
yo.
they were meant to. They're meant to clean the earth. They're
They-
meant to.
well,
They're
yeah,
meant to
they-
clean
if
up
you
after
actually-
us.
If you Google it, all the nasty things that they eat, because their digestive tract is so short, like if they eat poop, like some of that poop might not actually be digested, and it just goes straight into the fat.
Thanks,
Mhm.
man. Welcome to Gatorade.
So so you could be eating bacon, you'd be like, this is good bacon, and you could literally just be eating shit.
Yummy.
I'm bloody
High imagination infinity.
Imagination
Imagination
Infinity, welcome. I am Happy Shatos. And this, yes. Say congratulations, because she deserves a congratulations for reaching 100 subscribers.
Oh,
That she
thank
does,
you.
man. That
You
she
understand
does.
how hard it is to reach 100 subscribers? It's insane.
I mean, for me, I
Dr.
didn't really
Shane.
do anything. I don't even get how I even reach those hundreds of subscribers. But thank
Well,
you guys.
It's because you got all those streams.
Hey, Dark, how are you?
Welcome, Doc
Hi,
Paddock.
Doc.
Did I send you a link, Dark? I think I did.
This is the
I understand because I know it's really late for you. Oh
Wait,
wait,
you got an Nintendo?
I didn't send you a link. My bad.
This is the
My bad.
Oh wait, I just sent him a picture. Ignore that. Ignore that, Dark.
They tore me apart.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I meant to send you a link, Dark Paradox.
So you play any horror
There we go.
games?
I sent it to you in your DMs. I just slid in your DMs.
The only horror games I've ever played is like Five Nights at Freddy's, and that like scared the hell out of me. Bonnie haunted my dream.
Goddamn, Bonnie. I'm surprised Foxy didn't do that.
You know, everybody's so afraid of Chica. Chica was just like meh. Like Freddy scared me the most. I love Foxy, but that damn bunny, man, the freaking purple bunny. There's just something about him that terrified me
I thought Bonnie was
to
a
no
girl.
end. No, Bonnie's a boy.
What?
Yeah, Chica's the girl, Bonnie's a boy, Foxy's a boy, Freddy's a boy.
Well, two girls again fucked.
I don't really. I'm not a huge fan of like the creepypastas that are about video games, but there are a few Five Nights at Freddy ones that I did enjoy actually.
There was an epic fan fiction Five Nights at Freddy's on whatchamacallit. I'm trying to remember.
What's up, Dark?
Hi, Dark.
Tales from the Dark.
Yay!
Tales from the
Dark Paradox is in the
Well,
house.
there goes my,
Oh, welcome, Dark Paradox. It's nice.
there goes my creepy intro.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did we?
Welcome to the Dark Paradox.
I'm mad that he did a creepier intro to me, and it was my intro. Ain't that some crap?
Hey guys.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
Welcome to Stream, dude.
Welcome.
Hey, I got a question for all y'all, man. It's a simple question.
Yes.
What's up, man?
All right, now you know when you reach like 100, shit changes on your YouTube, like you get little extra bonuses. It's like a game or something.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna be real
Fine.
because you can actually view your page from a subscriber's point of view.
Yeah.
Like you could, okay, how the heck do you pimp out your YouTube page, like with the what to watch next and stuff? Because mine looks mad drab. It looks like the Washington Times Post from the 1920s on one
It
of the
just
CBS.
it just does that automatically. It should. That's what it did for me. Then again,
I do
I've been here
mine-
for 4 years, so it
I
might
do
just be
mine-
like that.
I can only do it from like like a laptop or like a PC. But when I go to like my page and I hover over the different sections, a little like pencil will pop up in the corner.
Okay.
And then I click that, and then you can add like playlist line. You can add like a channel trailer or.
All right, cool. Because when I looked at it, it's just, I mean, you can see the videos, but you know, when you go to like someone else's channel, they got like what to watch next, and it's all cool and stuff, and then all they see on yours is he subscribed to this person 9 hours ago. So yeah, that's all I really wanted to know. But yeah, I'm putting all y'all on my feature videos because y'all all showed me love and getting here. So
Oh,
I
thank
need
you
to put you on
very
my.
much.
Thanks,
I
bro.
feel very wonderful about that.
and that'll help people get each other out more, and you know what I'm saying, help each other get more shine, and it's like a good way to shout somebody out, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I need to put you guys in my featured tab because I have like a
I don't even
featured
know how to do
channel.
that. Yeah, I think I'm gonna figure out how to do that tonight after the stream, maybe, or maybe.
That was the easiest thing.
Speaking
That
of
was the
shout outs, I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry, I'm done.
Speaking of shout outs, let's give a little congratulations to Above the Grave for reaching 100 subs.
Thank
Yes.
you, thank you.
Actually, what I
Congratulations to 100 subscribers. Congratulations.
you're no longer 100. You're actually at 103 now.
103?
Dude,
Yeah, that's what I'm
Above-
looking at.
105.
I know
once
when
we reached 100 subscribers, like all the subscribers just kept coming. Like I reached 100 subs and I was like, oh, it's just gonna stay stagnant. And then after that, just shoots up, and you're just like, where the hell are you all coming from?
After you get to 100, I think a lot of it has to do with you start to get, like when you first get on YouTube, how you really don't get seen until the third video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the same with that. You know, when you get past, it's like I always say, the hardest part of YouTube is breaking the 100 mark and then the 500,000.
I wasn't seen until my 72nd video.
72nd.
Well, yeah, I've been on
Wow.
here for 4 years, so like,
Wow, I would have smacked YouTube stupid.
well, my videos suck. I was 12 years old, so
I mean, honestly, I'm not trying to be mean when I say this, but no, yours probably didn't suck because I saw a 12-year-old who used traumatizing pictures as clickbait, and a little kid, I googled him on a, you know how you can I mean, it wasn't like people getting hurt. It was just like that. Those clickbait articles that just, you know, it's fake, but you click it anyway.
yeah.
It was
Just-
basically that.
Like you see, like those ones, like Donald Trump drop kick Obama.
Yeah,
You're just
exactly.
like,
Exactly. It was one of those. It was those. So he used that method in his thumbnails to lure people in, because I'll still stand by it. You know, if you have a damn good thumbnail on your video, oh my God, you know, it could be no disrespect, it could be the worst narration of all time. But if your thumbnail looks awesome, even if they don't like your video, you get the view.
well, you know, like
Yeah.
Creeps McPasta, his thumbnails are like badass.
Oh yeah, they are. I like
Even if-
Creep.
Even if you don't like his videos, like you have to prop him up that his thumbnails are just like.
Oh yeah, I mean, Creeps is cool to me. I like them all, you know.
I love
That's
his
what I
voice.
was saying earlier, is that he was like the first narrator that I like subscribed to and like was watching religiously.
He's the first one I started watching too. Until I didn't realize the horror community was too big until I met Heidi. Actually,
Who's Heidi?
horror with Heidi.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know it was big until because the first narration I ever heard was by somebody else. He's a pasta, so I can't think of the exact name. There's a lot of pastas running around.
Yes, there are.
But the first story I ever heard was Russian Sleep Experiment, and it was somebody McPasta, but he wasn't Creeps. And then from there, I left it alone, and then came back, and I was just, you know, just researching the deep web and see what was going on. Then I saw somebody doing deep web videos, then Southern Cannibal, and then Sir Psycho, and now I realize there's like 100,000 of us. So I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, that's what I was like. I was just like, wait a second. There's not just Creeps McPasta, Mr. Creepypasta, and these other two.
One
a
big
lot.
family. One big happy family.
One
Yeah.
big happy family.
And I guess this goes with any community's channel. You just have to keep uploading. Like there's so many
try to
creepypasta
keep-
channels out there, but if you actually like look at their channel and then look at their history, they like that they stop after like video number 5 or 6 because maybe they weren't blowing up like they thought they would.
got discouraged. Which like
Yeah.
nobody blows up. So like PewDiePie, he's like one of the biggest YouTubers now, and he didn't blow up until some random dude shared his video. And
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't even like good. It was him playing Minecraft and cussing in Swedish.
All it takes is I honestly say, to the end of the day, yes, content is good to have good content. It just
Yes.
is. Try to do the best you can. That's one thing I love about the community. They won't bag on you if you don't have a perfect mic, as long as you try to better yourself each video. But all it takes is like one chat group on Twitter or one share, and then next thing you know, that shares that, and then you wake up in the morning with like 500,000 people, and you're like, how the hell did this happen? And then you're sitting there like, crap, now I really got to buckle down the hatches. Because,
God damn it.
I
The
think mine
analytics are
was.
super fun.
Oh, go ahead.
You should go check out your analytics now. They're like, it's so much fun to see. You can like check your demographic, like who's watching you, like what the different ages are.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
it's
I-
awesome.
people say that you should look at your analytics and then see like which videos are most popular among that and like try to repeat that. And
I don't
I
do that.
understand that from like a business perspective, but also like this is my channel and I honestly only will read the stories that I like.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna like try to just pander to my analytics.
Like my thing is I think that an author said it best is you have to find the balance between doing what your audience likes, but at the same time doing what you enjoy as well.
Agreed.
I have a feeling I should put that 100
Agreed.
subs collab in like 3 encounters.
I hear that. I just gave the best advice ever. Everybody,
That is
subscribe
good
now.
advice, because I know people love the Let's Not Meet Reddit stories. I mean, those are like wildfire on this thing.
What kind of stories?
But then also the Let's Not Meet Reddit stories and things of that nature, where they always go at the end, I hope we never meet again. Those ones.
I hope we never see that person ever again.
So, but at the same time, I look at certain narrators, and I'm not trying to be mean. Certain narrators just can't narrate certain stories.
Yeah.
Me, I suck at Let's Not Meet, but put me some H.P. Lovecraft and I'm brutal. So I do agree with doing what you like, but also giving a decent amount to the fans.
Yeah.
Because
Now-
they still want to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to find a story that I haven't been able to like narrate specifically, I guess. I don't know. What I like to do is I like to do a lot of those like scientific stories, like the dark science stories. Those are always fun.
Yeah, not many people do those from what I've heard.
Well, yeah, so that's like I was like, wow, this is cool. But I love those stories and nobody else narrates them, so I'm just like, well, hell with it. I'll do it.
Yeah, I like the DMT stories too. Those bad trips and stuff. I think those are cool.
I never watched those, but I've heard like, man, like, so don't do drugs.
I like them. I like them because, for example, yes, you can read a Let's Not Meet Reddit story, and the chances of you running into that, it can happen. But the chances of a bad trip happening off acid or DMT is more likely if you simply just buy it. And to me, that's what makes it scary, because it
could happen.
It could happen, I mean, it could happen.
And there's a certain like aspect where like those people have those things, and you're just like you're on drugs, man. Like it couldn't be real. But then they're like, well, I don't know. Like I saw some things that I couldn't have ever thought up in a drug-induced state.
Mm-hmm.
All the stuff that's hidden away in the deep recesses of your mind.
That's why I like magic, because magic is basically, no disrespect meant to the DMT. If you know how to use your mind, if you understand the theta gamma sinks, like the brain chemicals, the different waves that you're going to from REM, delta, alpha, all that good stuff that they talk about, you can actually induce those without the drug. And also I enjoy the dark psyche. I go by the whole know thyself. You can't know what you're capable of until you know yourself.
True. And I don't know. I believe what you said, Dark, but I think I'm just too lazy because I feel like to tap into that requires like a lot of meditation.
It
I
does.
just don't mess with that. I'm good. You just leave me alone. No.
Breath work. I mean, honestly, a lot of people use breath work, but then also I side by breath work because if you keep your system oxygenated in general, then you're just healthy.
True.
You know, you're
True.
just healthy being, and that's
Psychic
my take.
abilities.
Because
You know, breathe
I
out.
do yoga, and I have had a few experiences. They were very light, where I did kind of get like a body high from like doing yoga and working on my breath and stuff. But it took a while. It wasn't like,
Yeah.
I mean, it took like
Dark Paradox.
months and months of practice and like.
I have a question for you then, HEG. Kundalini yoga?
Kundalini.
Which yoga do you practice?
I don't know, like whatever classes are going on, like Vinyasa.
Okay, so you
Am I saying it right? Like,
yeah, don't quote me. I don't want to butcher the word myself. I will butcher it.
I do like the ones where I felt something. There's this Buddhist temple here in my town, and on Saturday mornings they do a free yoga class. They ask like they ask for donations. You don't have to though.
Only.
But they'll use like a gong, and they're like more into the breath. Like, yeah, sometimes it's hard, but theirs is more about breath. But like if I were to go to like a gym, everybody's all into the fitness part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so I never really felt anything in those practices. But when I would go to the Buddhist temple, because it was more about like the breath and everybody being present, is where I actually felt something.
Yoga bores the hell out of me. I can't do it.
No,
That's why I like.
it's fun.
It's a lot of type of yoga that you can get into though. So
I can't sit still like for like 3 seconds.
yeah, then you might like other type of yogas. They got so many types. I like the Kundalini yoga.
ADHD.
Yeah, I like Kundalini yoga because it gives you that life force energy, and it actually just helps keep you healthy.
What
You know,
Like I go for runs. I mean, like
there's
runs work.
the only thing I do is like write, and I'm just like I don't want to die at age like 30 like all these other writers because they just stay inside. They don't do anything.
I think there's like it's called like Payo or something. That's the yoga that's like super intense. It's like it might as well be like a cardio like strength training workout.
Intensity.
Okay, yeah, because the only one I really know about is Kundalini. But then I've always stood by if you find something big, stick with it. Grab one thing that you like and just sink your teeth in that shit and just run with it. So outside of Kundalini, I don't know nothing. I heard of what you're talking about, but that's about all I got.
Since we're on this subject, I do have to shout out because I know there's a few people from the 420 community that have stopped by or that are in the chat right now. I got a lot of subscribers from the 420 community as well, which is weird because it's just like they're very nice over there too.
Will not be wasted.
And well, because here's the thing: there's those that are just like stupid stoner people or whatever, but then there's also the people that I've met through this channel who solely use it for medication.
Welcome, Zebraman, by the way.
Yeah, and they've been really, really nice to me and just like really, really cool because I have scoliosis and I have a lot of like health, like.
Oh, sorry about that.
Yeah, and that's another reason why I like the yoga because it helps with my back.
May I ask what scoliosis?
You might like.
So my back is twisted. My lower back, like actually 3 vertebrae are facing the wrong way. It's twisted that. And so because of that, I have nerve damage in my left leg and my left leg is partially paralyzed from the knee down.
Ouch.
So I wear a brace. I can walk. Like it's actually, the doctors told me, they were like, if you don't have surgery, you're going to be in a wheelchair by the age of 35. And I'm like, well, I'm 30 and I can walk, dance, jump. So
the good old scare tactics.
The doctors always say things and then they're just like, it just never happens. Like they told example. Oh crap. what was that? Okay. An example, like they told Bruce Lee he's never going to walk again, and then he started doing kung fu. So like,
Yeah.
it's all just
I mean-
like in my mind. It's all just if you're determined enough.
Yeah, I mean, I still love the doctors. Don't get me wrong. I'm not the one to say they're all bombed out massively, but I still stand by it's a medical practice. They do practice on people, but I will say that they have helped some people. Like I saw a Marine that actually lost both his arms, both of them gone, and he had, if I'm correct, the first arm transplant ever. So last time I checked, his arms, they're all reforming the nerves and things like that, and he won't completely feel his arms for like another year, but he's already starting to feed himself, which is pretty fucking awesome in my opinion. Excuse my French. He's starting to be he'll have his arms again, and that's awesome in my opinion.
It's okay. The channel's not monetized. You can say whatever you want.
I saw that we lost you, Happy Shadows, for a minute, but you're back.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it was just the ship's still sinking here.
Oh, boy.
I feel like there are some doctors who actually try, who are actually doing like really good things.
Mhm.
But I feel like there's also a lot of them that like big pharma just like got their claws in them. And
Well, you know
Yeah.
that they're paid to prescribe certain drugs, right?
Yeah.
yeah, so there are some good ones out there. Like, there's all those doctors who do like Doctors Without Borders and stuff. And I actually have two friends that graduated from medical school. And they're doing dentistry, and they're doing like a 5-year thing. They're not getting paid for this. Like, I mean, their room and board's paid for, but they're treating like people in Guatemala and stuff for free. And they're just really like trying to do good stuff. So there's good ones out there.
Well, yeah, there are good ones.
Are they with the Peace
There
Corps?
were good Germans too.
No, it's not Doctors Without Borders. It's another one.
Jared Murray.
It's more Christian based. It's a
Oh,
more
okay.
Christian based one, but you have to you can't get out of it. You have to do 5 years at a time.
Did we lose
Okay.
him? Jared, where are you?
What?
My son, come.
I'm not your damn
My
son.
son. My son. Yes, you're
God-
back.
God,
You're all
God
my
damn it.
children.
You are my son.
Wow, I feel like I'm a part of the most weird family now because I want to know how the hell we're all family and we've never met one another. Mom, what have you been doing?
yes.
I abandoned my children.
I mean,
at
it's
birth.
like-
Mom.
I feel like we're a part of a reject episode of Supernatural now, where I'm about to
Yeah, oh
find
my
my
God,
brother
that
Jared.
just-
for the first
That
time.
just came through my head. The mother of whatever. That's like the mother of all the monsters. Remember that?
I wouldn't want to be the guy in the horror movie because I just care too much. I feel like I'd be the one to die saving everybody.
I feel like
I'm s-
I would like to be
Wow.
the hero and like fight back, but I have this feeling that I have this inner coward that would just come out, and I'd be the one hiding in the cupboard and listening to y'all get killed.
I'm like the type of guy who's like, I'm stubborn. I'm a tourist. Like I'd be like the guy who's like facing 100. I know I'm gonna die, and I'm facing down somebody, and just like I'm still charging at the army, even though there's no one else behind me.
If I had to die in a horror movie, I don't know if anyone's seen Cabin in the Woods. I would probably be the one.
My mom won't let me watch that.
It's basically it's really out there. But I would have been the guy on the dirt bike that tried to go get help and just hit like an invisible force field and exploded.
Here's a movie you guys should check out on Netflix. It's called Tucker and Dale versus Evil. It's like really funny. It's not even scary at all. It's just like really funny.
Yeah, if I were to die in a horror movie, I'd like to be. You guys ever see Dreamcatcher?
Yes, I
Yes.
love that movie.
I would like to be the drunk guy. He takes down a few people. In the end, he bites it, but he stuck up for his friends in the end, and that's the way I like to go. In a horror
That was
movie.
so disturbing. That little thing looked like the most retarded little cute mole that he crawled out. He was like the little butt bandit.
I just don't know. It was like Alien, but in reverse.
Exactly. Remember when he peeked
Like-
his head out the snow? It's like you didn't want to kill him, but at the same time, he knew he had more coli crawling on his body because he just crawled out of somebody's butthole like 20 minutes ago. He was just happy.
But man, when that guy died, I think I cried because he was actually my favorite character.
Like
Do
fuck,
something
die.
was up when the guy was like, I just need to make some spare room. But I think even though it was a comedy, the most disturbing comedy movie for me, because Cabin in the Woods was also a disturbingly funny. It wasn't. It was really a parody movie.
It was kind of
But,
like it was like those movies, like I don't know, like where they somehow find the way to make
Yeah.
Axe in the Head hilarious.
But I like Cabin in the Woods because for once the bad guys won. For once we lost. I've always wanted to see a horror movie where the evil gods won.
I always
No.
like those twists. That's actually okay. Like I know people bash the Star Wars prequels. I personally like them, but like that's one of the reasons I love Revenge of the Sith is because the Jedi lose. Like it's just
Yeah, I agree.
like you're rooting for them, but like and you're like, come on, they got to come back, and then it's just like, no, they're all dead. Like there's no, and the ones that are alive are hiding. So like it's even worse.
Exactly. And exactly. But I think the most disturbing parody movie all time that just had my skin crawling because they were just ugly little things was the movie Slither. I freaking hated
Slither.
like the woman that got real big and exploded who couldn't stop eating.
Oh,
That's one of my worst fears. Actually, like, okay, so what were you guys' childhood fears? Because like that was one of mine, like me being uncontrollably not eating, and one of
Mine's
my
still
childhood
heights.
fears. Like I know it sounds ridiculous, but I used to fear like waking up and being like a girl. Like I used to like, I used to have like this fear that I'd go to sleep and then wake up the other gender, and I don't.
I think my worst fear was, when you're a kid, even 16-bit graphics can mess your head up. My
Yeah.
worst fear was either, because I used to play Doom with my father until like 4 a.m. when I was a kid. So it would always be going upstairs and getting killed by a lost soul or getting killed by Freddy in my sleep.
You know, Freddy actually never scared me.
Oh, he scared the crap out of me one good
Because
time.
like I was always like, I was very like, even now like I can control my dreams pretty well. So I was kind of just like, I'm gonna be able to fuck this guy up if he ever comes my dreams. But I never saw the movie, so like might have changed when I saw the movie.
I
Mine-
wasn't. Go
Mine
ahead.
was always being possessed because like the first movie that ever really got to me was The Exorcist.
That was one of my worst fears too.
So yeah, that.
And I like one of the things I've always like stayed away from is like Ouija boards. I'm just like, I will not mess that crap. It's just, no, good. No, just give me.
No, I don't touch Ouija boards.
Like one of the things like
Yeah.
we were watching I was reading these Ouija board stories like, and like the whole time I was like, man, you guys are idiots. Whatever comes to you, you deserved it. Okay, you decided to go mess with that crap. You decided. My always thing has been is like people want to summon like demons and stuff, and they always do like the Lord's Prayer before they summon it. And I'm like, you're praying to the same God that told you not to summon demons. And
Yeah, that's really not the way to go about that. Yeah, you don't do that. No. You use it, get rid of it, not summon it.
that whole like witch thing. It was like Jesus, man. You like, yeah. I was like, you guys are idiots.
No, I agree. I think like it can be fun, like the ghost hunting thing, or like it seems cool because it's the unknown, but like really there's a reason why it's the unknown. And
It never interested me. In fact, like it always just scared the crap out of me. I was just like, I am not messing with anything. And I go into haunted houses. I'd be like the guy that'd be like, I bet you like $300 stay in that haunted house. I'd be like, fuck no, I'm good. I'm out of here.
maybe I'm like too much of a chicken, but like all of like the ritual creepypastas, and then there's been people who like record themselves doing it or whatever.
Mhm.
And I know like a lot of them are, people came up with them and their stories or whatever, but I'm like, what if like somebody like stumbled onto like an ancient like pagan ritual or something, or somebody.
Pastas I'll read are the ones that I've written myself because I know they're like completely fiction.
Yeah, you want to know something funny though? ATG.
Yeah.
I actually took somebody to a gathering. It was a gathering that had a bunch of everybody from pagans on down the line, and they're sitting there like, so when's the ancient pagan ritual gonna happen? I'm like, it happened. But like, well, what was it? I'm like, you remember when the woman drank from the chalice and said, "Hail the gods, may the lands be blessed"? Yeah, that's it.
They thought
That's
it
it.
was going to pop up, right? They thought they
I
were.
mean, they thought that it was gonna be a television version of it, when in
like
reality,
in the movies.
Yeah,
Like,
and
like they're all praying and then they like sacrifice somebody. And then,
exactly. They were like, "Oh well," I'm like, "Yeah, you know." So
I say like one of the most real. I thought like if you want like the real let me think. Never mind, I forgot. Oh well. Well, I don't know what I'm gonna say now. Son, why aren't you talking?
everybody has a brain fart.
Son, where are you?
He's getting more Gatorade.
What is it with the Gatorade? I told you that it's becoming hindrance on your life. Can't go a day without Gatorade. It's becoming an obsession. I was like, I took the reason I'm calling. I took this like Twitter thing where it's like figure out your like family tree,
Yeah.
and he ended up as my son, and I think like Dolly was my daughter. Mr. Lonely Dark and Razzie were my mother and father, and my
Wow.
wife was actually a fan of Darkness.
Yeah, Twitter messes it up because for some reason I forgot who my daughter was, but apparently it was the child of me and Rest Your Little Head. And
Well,
I just kind of sat there. I just kind of sat there like, how did me and RYLH manage to have a child?
I was like, I don't know why, but like Phantom of Darkness and I are like I don't know, we're like best bros or something that Twitter thinks anyway. Like I have like the highest love compatibility with Phantom of Darkness. He is like my supposed wife like every single time.
Wow.
I'm just like, Jesus. What we didn't like we haven't even talked really. Like we've only talked like once.
Yeah, Twitter is kinky.
What's that freaky?
Twitter has gotten a little too.
The first
world
time
is
I
kinky
hopped
now.
on Twitter, I was a little annoyed because porn stars were just following me, and I was like, Jesus.
That's what happens to me on Tumblr, and I'm just like, what is in my Tumblr feed that makes you think that I want? I don't
I
know.
was like, I have a book, and all I did was advertise my book. Like I was like, hey, here's my book. Like you guys want to check it out? It's not even erotica. In fact, it doesn't even have any sex in it. And it was just like, they're just like, oh, you got a new follower, and I was like, yay! Well, wow, wasn't expecting those boobs to pop up. Okay.
That's all it takes. Is a porn star followed me one time, and I was laughing, saying, "You're not real." And she was like, "I am." I'm like, "No, you're not." And she's like, "I am." I'm like, "No, you're not." She sent me a picture. I was like, "Oh, you are real." Well, I feel nervously bad that I fapped to like all of your videos last month. I'm sorry. I mean, I felt I was more butthurt that I said it wasn't you, and then she sent the latest selfie. I was like, well, if there was any opportunity of me getting a date with her, that has now passed.
Well, I was just talking to Dark. We're in like a group. I was in like this chat, and I was just talking. Dark Paradox was there, but like I found the tour narrator, and she just like half her breasts are showing in like every single video. Like, and I was just like,
Sex sells.
and I was really annoyed. I was like, those aren't for the views at all. Yeah, that's like, yeah.
I mean, it's gonna sound wrong, but sex does sell. I mean, it sells. Does it ever sell?
Us guys don't have those perks, sadly.
Well, and I think we do if we go ahead and work for it.
Well, yeah,
Maybe,
there's
maybe
Magic Mike. There's Magic Mike. Magic Mike and all our role models.
Maybe that's why like women horror channels don't ever really get as big as men, because especially like the ones that don't show their faces, you know what I'm saying? Because you can't see our boobies, so
hey, that's a bit.
But then also in defense, because there's actually another female narrator. She doesn't get on YouTube because, well, her stuff wouldn't do too well on YouTube, if you get what I'm saying. She's in the ASMR, and I've noticed that if you have the right voice to it, because I actually read a report one time on the internet about voice attraction, about how one can actually fall for a person off their voice alone. So if a person has a voice for it, then they're going to go. And I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but I've scanned through the ones who have really good voices on here. Let's take Corpse Husband. The dude's voice is just perfect for narration. Another one, Southern Cannibal.
True.
So it's like, I think the voices have a big hand in it, and the mysterious nature of the person, and your
I mean, no, it is true. Like, I mean, like I work in a position where I'll hire voice actors and stuff, and we mostly get all of our voice actors from this website called internetjock.com.
Oh, okay.
And some of those people, like, and you could, like, when you click on them to like hear their demos, it shows their picture, and you're like, holy shit, how is that beautiful angel voice coming out of, not that they're ugly,
Yeah.
but it's just like, you're just like, oh my
Wow.
God.
That was a shock. Like someone who know a lot of people don't know it. I didn't know until like don't nobody beat me up, please. But I didn't know until about 3 or 4 years ago that they actually casted Mark Hamill as Joker. I did not know he was the Joker, and then I saw it. I was like,
Wait, what?
Mark Hamill, like Luke Skywalker, he played the voice of the Joker on a lot of the Batman cartoons.
Really?
Yes, he even does the voiceovers for DC Universe Online.
I did not know that.
Neither did I. Just like the original, like the second Black Power Ranger who replaced the black guy, Adam, he plays a lot of anime voices too, and he's great with it. He's got that perfect anime voice, you know. And it's like you look at these people and you're kind of like, wow. I still want to know what the guy looks like who always says coming to theaters 2019. I want to see what he looks like. Watch him be like some 4'11" weird guy.
Actually, I've seen him. I've seen that guy.
Does his voice match?
Well, actually, hold on. I can show you. Let me think. I can pull up the picture on my phone. Oh no. Let me think. You can look him up. Jordan. Maybe. James Arnold Taylor. I think that's his name.
All right,
James Arnold Taylor. Yeah, I'm looking it up too now. James Arnold Taylor.
Yeah.
I think also that's why the Supernatural anime show that they didn't do too good.
Yeah, that's
because
him. That's him.
They had Jared Padalecki
Does all
for
the
it.
voices in the
kinda
commercials.
looks like it. He
He does
kind of looks like it.
from Star Wars, the Clone Wars show. He did.
You know who's really good? Who's the Storytime guy?
Storytime guy?
He got like a Snapchat or something, but he walks up to random people and says, "Storytime." She was
Oh
touching
my
her
God, I
book.
love him. Thomas Sanders.
Oh,
Yes.
I love him so much.
He's a
freaking.
beast.
he's so funny.
Have you seen his YouTube channel? Because after Vine shut down, he was active on his YouTube channel.
What did they shut Vines down for? I heard it was like pornography or people weren't respecting the rules or some weird crap like
they shut it
that.
down because they just started losing money because there was just like the funding because not enough people, I guess.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And then they were
Wait,
going to try
well,
to
'cause
keep it up. They were going to try to keep
Who
it up.
owned it or who tried to buy it? Was that Twitter or who bought it?
Twitter bought it.
Okay.
That's why Twitter ruins everything. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'd say that Facebook ruins more things than Twitter does.
I gotta go with you on that because Facebook starts more wars, more drama, more crap.
Facebook has started more wars than America has.
Yeah, Facebook is crazy, man.
That's why I'm not on Facebook. People are like, you should probably follow them on Facebook. And I'm like, I don't have Facebook. They're like, why not? Because I don't have time to deal with any Facebook things.
I really
and
was
it's all
mad
just
when they bought
politics.
Instagram.
I can't do Instagram anymore because I got no disrespect. I got tired of seeing those chicks who swear to God they Playboy bunnies twerking in every single freaking video. I swear. I'm just like, man, would y'all please stop shaking your booty? Who are you? Like, how did you get on my feed like this person of that person of that person of that person of that person like this video and you're just like forced to watch it? Like, great. It's great.
I found this. Hey, so I was looking through creepypastas, and did you guys ever read Necro Sleep?
No, I heard it, but I wanted to actually read it.
What's that one?
It's amazing. I'm probably gonna narrate it soon, actually.
What can you tell us what it's about without giving it away?
No spoilers. I'll just explain. So basically, this guy is kind of like a recluse, and he never goes outside. Which I always like those stories because it's just like a certain what's so scary that can happen inside. But anyway, he is invited to this site, like this special site that's like invite only, and it's necrosleep.net, and it's like very weird. And he finds these pills that are advertised that if you buy them, like you won't have to sleep like ever anymore.
Wow, that's funky.
And so he basically, he starts basically, no spoilers. He basically starts taking pills and shit starts going down and stuff.
Okay, I have to go ahead and. It's called Necrosleep.
Necrosleep.net. And the way it's put
Okay,
together
I
is just
remember that
very
then.
well done. Like, because it's like from the perspective, it's from the perspective of a blog that was taken down that somebody downloaded before the blog was taken down.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'll have to go ahead and give that a look.
Yeah, it's
All
good.
right.
And then there's one other story you should probably read. It's called it's about time. It's on the creepy. It's like one of the top ones. It's like the Timeless Mind. It's about like scientists figure out time like isn't real. Speaking of which, I can't say anything because it's one of the points I'm gonna bring up in my freaking rebuttal
Oh yeah,
above the Graves video.
Happy Shadow's doing a rebuttal to my video about time travel isn't possible.
Oh, okay. I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah,
I
it'll
look
happen.
forward to seeing it too.
Yeah, and then it's quite interesting because I know quite a few theories that I agree with. I mean, I'll be
Yeah, I got a question about creepypastas actually. Who reads the most first? I gotta say, like, who narrates the most creepypastas out of this whole stream?
well, I narrate like more of my own stories than anything else. So I've only narrated like 2 creepypastas. The rest have been like my own stories.
Okay, for the old creep, I don't mean like the newer ones. I mean like the classics. Like, let's take like the Russian sleep experiment or Gateway of the Mind.
Well, I did
Do you
narrate
have-
the neck. I
Do
narrated.
you always have
Hey,
to
guys.
track them down and ask, or can you just read it?
What story? What?
I'll be right back. My dad's kind of like out of it right now. I'm trying to get him the rest, but I'll be right back.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, bye. Be a good son.
Um,
I read the Russian sleep experiment on a stream once.
did you ask or did you like? I just try to give people a heads up.
Well, when I stream, I'm like, because I stream and I read stories, and people are just like, "Hey, read this story." I'm just like, "Okay," and they were like, "Read Russian sleep experiment, read it." It's just like, "Oh, okay." And
That's
I'll
a
read that.
classic.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good one.
That's a
Yeah,
classic.
that's like one of my favorites.
I refuse to read. People keep asking me, but I refuse to read Jeff the Killer just because it's so terrible.
I liked Creeps Mixed Pasta's version of it, but in general, I just wasn't too fond of that one.
But his version is a joke, like an actual literal joke. Jesus.
I thought it was funny to read, but it's not one of my most favorites.
No, I will say one of the people who actually managed to make it like really enjoyable, actually, even though the writing is terrible, is Chilling Tales for Dark Nights.
I like him. He's a good narrator.
Yeah, but like if you check look at his Jeff the Killer special thing, and it was actually very well done, and they did like really good. And when they're fighting, when him and like you guys have read it, haven't you?
Jeff the Killer.
I've heard this. I've
Yeah.
never narrated it, but I've
Oh
heard
no,
them.
like read it, just read it.
I haven't read it, but I've heard somebody read it. If that
Yeah.
counts.
Yeah, me too. I've never
Yeah,
like read it myself.
Well, it's terrible, but yeah, but Chilling Tales for Dark Nights did a good job. Like when he's fighting the kids, they had like this awesome like screamo music in the background with like the punches and the kicks blended in. It was awesome.
I just, I don't know. Like it seems lately. Before I found like some really good like creepypastas like when I first started, and now it seems like I'm having to sift through like more and more just like crap.
Imagine
And
what
I'm
Chris
trying not to be mean. I don't want to be mean because I know people are trying, but like I don't really write my own stories. Like the stories that are mine, they're like real experiences that happened to me, but I didn't like write them. You know, I just tried to retell the story the best way that it happened to me because I wouldn't call myself like a writer. I mean, there's like a talent to it to, you know,
Now I'll say it,
to
like-
say something to the and to make it like
Mhm.
visual in someone's mind. I think that's like a real talent. And I think a lot of people think, oh, well, I can write a scary story.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll say a lot of the creepypastas are they're trash. And I'm not like trying to say anything, but like I'll admit that when I started writing stuff, my stuff was absolute trash as well. Like it just sucked. But like I've gotten better. But Like, I feel like these people, what they need to do is they need to take a little bit, write a little bit for themselves, you know, find out how writing actually works, and then come back, write a scary story, and post it on Creepypasta.
Pretty much.
But nobody does that because they're like, writing a scary story is easy. Like,
It's
no.
not.
In fact, I have to say, the horror genre is my favorite genre to write. And one of the reasons I like it is because it's actually the hardest. Because you have to, like, kind of try to figure out how to write your own thing. And if you're trying to make it scary, it's also got to make sense sometimes.
Yeah,
I can agree with
you're a really good writer, Dark Paradox.
I just honestly, I need a lot of work. I started when I was 16 just by writing stuff, but it's like I know I need a lot of work to get myself back to where I used to be. So I try not to write. Know that the story is going to make sense. It's going to be entertaining and gripping and so forth and so on. So I'm the first to say that I need some work. I'm decent. You know, some people say you're good, but personally, me, I'm just like I need to work on things. Well, let me narrate it. Well, let me work on my punctuation. Send it to you. Because if I send it to you, you're going to be like, because you know how when you type your own story, for example, you can just like type a perfect, but you won't have to worry about what you just know how your story goes.
Yeah.
Right.
Someone else will get it and they'll be like, where's the period? Where's the commas? Do I get emotional here? It's just I just know how to do it. So, I mean. I'll try to get back into it, but I'm still trying to figure out what I want to mostly narrate about. I'm thinking about taking a toll more towards like actual disturbing news stories that don't make it, don't make the news, like the Monifa Sanford case where they actually like killed their children because they saw demons hovering over it and stuff. That didn't make the news, but I did it once and I'm about to re-narrate it.
You hear about the guy who tried to kill his daughter because he claimed that she was possessed?
Not that one, but I've heard quite a few.
That was terrible.
I even saw
I was like, geez, man.
Had to throw her 7-month-old child into the lake because it was the devil baby. And then one woman branded her children because she couldn't remember their name.
Oh my God.
The most classic one.
There's a way to solve that. Like if I ever have a kid, I'll just name him Kid so that I don't have to remember any names. It'll be just like, Kid, get over here.
Pretty much.
But what if you have more than one?
Good point.
Kid 1 and Kid 2.
I think the most disturbing one that I actually read was the guy in New Jersey. He was just mentally, he wasn't high. He was just mentally fucked up. Like he was mental. And he held the police at bay, not with guns or knives or some rage of, induced bath salts, but he literally was flinging his organs and flesh at the police. Cut himself open and started throwing his organs at the police.
In that case, the police don't have to do anything. They just got to wait. They just be like, all right, boys.
That's what they did. They called in SWAT, though, and they said it was so bad that they had to basically decontaminate everybody.
I would throw up. I'd be like, I would decantate myself because it'd be like, I just hope this guy doesn't have some zombie disease. Like, we need to wash down.
Yeah, he was just mentally unstable, though, and it's sad. I hope he did get the help that he needed, because when you're that mentally unstable, when you're that hurt in the brain, you need to be
serious help.
You need serious help. Like, there's certain times I will say that person killed that person because they were just crazy. And then there's times I'll say, yo, that person's really freaking crazy and they need help.
Yeah, like bring electroshock therapy back for that guy. No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, hey, I'm the first one to say, do I agree with electroshock? No, but it's progressed over the years and it is a lot safer than it used to be. And if this might sound wrong, if a person can get 2 treatments of electroshock and that cures them instead of needing to take pills for the rest of their day and they can be a functioning person of society, then we'll fry them a couple times.
It just sucks.
Because I take it.
So, let me think. What can we? Do you want this to be a Q&A, or do you just want us to keep talking about random things?
You guys can talk about whatever you want. I'm just glad that we finding stuff to talk about.
No. This is something that goes on in the narration community, and it's about to stop. Everybody who listens to this from 7:23 on out, listen. When y'all hold a live stream, It's about the person who owns
The
the
person
stream.
who's running it needs to be the one who's talking. Like Jesus.
It's your day. It's your shine.
No, I'm like interested.
Well, hey, above the grave.
I only had come up with like a few topics, like if things were going like dead. I have like a few topics that I wanted to talk about, but that's only like if, you know, things just, it was so quiet and everybody was awkward or something.
I can do voice impressions to spice things up.
Like a bunch of high school kids at the prom.
All right, hold on. I can do some. You guys, I can do Heath Ledger's Joker.
Oh,
Why so serious?
that's pretty.
Now,
damn
you
good.
guys, you're gonna hate me. Don't hate me. I love
Oh.
Batman, but I've never seen that movie.
All right, listen. We might as well just end the stream now and have.
And it's not because I don't like Batman and I don't like Heath Ledger. So there was just so much hype around it, and then
It deserved
Yeah,
the
that's
hype.
you down.
so I waited. I didn't see it in the theater because I was like, I'll just rent it. I'll wait. Like when things get too much hype, it like turns me off. So I was just like, oh, let me
Don't
wait.
you
And then
Sometimes
I-
the things deserve the hype. Okay.
Well,
I just waited
every
and waited
single
and
Marvel
waited, and
movie
now we're
has
like, what?
deserved
How
it.
many years later?
well, if it makes you feel any better, now first I'm going to say, in my defense, it was a beautifully put together movie. It was phenomenally created. Everything was just perfect.
The acting was on point.
It was, but then again, it was a great movie. Again, I reiterate that it was a great movie. It deserved all the hype it could have got above the grave. But personally, I fell the fuck asleep on it.
Oh no!
It just wasn't. It just wasn't for me. It was a great movie,
The
but
thing about it though is it is really a very story driven movie. That's Christopher Nolan, like, for you.
yeah.
He does like stuff like Inception. Like I can see someone falling asleep during a movie like
Oh,
that.
man,
Like it's
Inception
slow.
was my shit. I loved Inception.
I love that. A dream within a dream within a dream.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen it.
It's
Okay,
good.
You know,
You
we
might
might as well just doubly end the stream. Doubly end the
And
stream.
you know, that's the thing is, I love movies. Like that's what I actually wanted to talk about for this whole stream. We could talk about movies. I love movies.
Well, okay, let's talk about. Well, we were just talking about horror movies and Dark Paradox. Since you just joined us, we just talking about movies that kind of messed us up as children. And I was just saying that the movie that like I only saw glimpses of like The Exorcist and Chucky, and like after that I was just like done. I didn't watch horror movies for the longest time because that just scared me so much.
Chucky.
Well,
I laughed
You gotta
toward
understand, I was
Chucky.
7 years old. Like,
I mean, Chucky, he was great to me, but honestly,
Yeah.
I think that
now that I'm older, I can see like why doesn't anybody just punt him across the room? It's like a
exactly
little-
that's what I said. But my thing, nothing against Chucky, for Child's Play. To me, it kind of stepped away from the essence of it, and now it's no disrespect, man, just a continuous prapping of the movie. Every time I see a new Chucky movie, I just get depressed because it just falls deeper into a void of fuckery.
Well, you know the
True.
thing about Chucky, it's not even like the thing that's sad is it's not even theater worthy anymore. It's just straight to movie.
Exactly.
Like when
Exactly.
it's like when a movie hits a low that bad, you're just like, geez, man, what happened to you? You're so great. It's like Ric Flair. You're just like, what happened to you, man? You're so great. Now somebody suplexes you and you can't move.
Yeah, so but then no disrespect meant to movies. Maybe if the Chucky movies that are out hitting directly to DVD now came out in that time, it would do just as good. But you know, things change.
Now,
horror
Will,
has
the best
changed, man.
Chucky net has actually, I never actually, well, I read all of like what happens, so I know everything that happens. But like, I will admit that one of the best after credit scenes, in my opinion, ever has happened on Chucky, and it's actually one of the worst Chucky ones.
Which one?
I think can't remember. It's where he's mailing himself to people.
Oh, well.
But anyway, he mails himself to a guy, and he comes out, and the guy has a shotgun, and you end up finding out, like, because he was talking on the phone beforehand, you end up finding out it's the kid he tried to possess in the first movie, but he's an adult now, and when Chucky comes out, he has a shotgun like pointed at his face, and he's just like, "I've been waiting for you, you son of a bitch."
Wow.
I
Okay.
do remember that. I do remember that.
Okay. I have to go back and watch that. But yeah, just so many horror movies, man. They just
Because they're all just like they're all. I'm gonna say it's because like there's a lot of people because horror movies weren't really a thing, and so now you have all the people who are older now. They're going to go watch horror movies like teens and stuff, but they don't know what a good horror movie is because they haven't seen it.
Yeah. By the way, Jason reboot never happened.
Was it? Oh, I heard about. I've only seen one Jason movie, and it was actually I like it a lot. But
Remember
It
the
was the
one?
latest one. And the Freddy reboot never happened either.
Remember the one with it? Didn't it have like Busta Rhymes in it? Like, and Jamie Lee Curtis was in it. Jamie Lee
God.
Curtis was in it for like 5 minutes in the beginning, but then
there's a
That
good
was
Jason
Myers.
movie.
That was
You guys
Myers.
might not have seen it.
oh
Ja-
no,
I believe it's Jason 7. You should probably go watch it. It
oh
isn't.
Jason.
Basically, it's where this girl is like psychic and her dad died in a lake. And so she uses her psychic powers to try to bring her dad back to life, but she actually ends up bringing Jason back to life accidentally because, shit happens. Anyway, Jason's like the living dead, and he basically starts ravaging through everything. But it's like a really good movie. Like the special effects were good. I mean, obviously it had some tropes, but it was like legit. It was a pretty decent like horror thing. And I have to say that the ending was kind of like a happy ending in a very horrific way. And I'm not gonna like reveal anything, but I really like the ending was like spot on for me.
I'll have
When
to
was
look
the
into
one?
it.
What was the one where they went to space?
Jason X, and there was a fecal matter within the whole Jason franchise.
Nobody talks about that one.
No one talks about that Jason at all.
Why'd you bring it up? Now I have to say
Like,
that
no
Above
one
the Grave,
talks about Alien Resurrection.
isn't Above the Grave. Thank you for helping me save money.
Oh,
Because I was gonna go. I was just thinking about it because I was like because the box movie. God, I can't even remember what it's called anymore. Make a Wish or When You Wish Upon, whatever. Like I saw that movie and I was like, it looks like it could be something, but like, I mean, I don't know. It could be good, but it could be not. And then I saw your review, and then I was just like, man, looks like shit now. So
Yeah, I would like to see you review 8213 Gacy House.
never.
82.
I enjoyed
Where can I
that.
find it?
It's pretty much easy to find. You could probably find it online, but basically it's the whole story of John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch that one.
But
do
it
like
was
some
set
Gacy.
in a paranormal
John Wayne
activity
Gacy was
sort
a
of thing.
terrible killer. He used to dress up as a
He is.
clown and kill people.
I'm not gonna lie, when they had that scene with the guy dressed up as a clown, and the way they did it was the witch was, trying to banish him or whatever. And you know how you usually see the invisible thing kill you, that invisible nothingness that possesses a person. Well, you actually saw John Wayne Gacy in, the whole clown thing, and then he went from that to full-blown Paranormal Activity. We're talking like he would have made the Paranormal Activity entity run for the hills. Like he was just gangster. He didn't play.
I'm
He
trying
was
to get Mr. Lonely Dark to do a video on it for Boating Files, but there's a story that John Wayne Gacy, like in real life, like people were captured by him, and like because they were like in like he locked him up like in his basement and stuff, and like they say that they literally saw him morph into the devil.
Wait,
yeah.
what's that movie again? I'm keeping it in
80.
my phone.
8213 Gacy House. I basically just got bored one day and typed in horror movies, that just didn't make it to the theaters and shit, because I still do find some gems that don't make the theaters. Like those Halloween movies that they have during, Halloween on like some channel that's never just make it past the. Yes, some of them are good, and I just like horror. But when I saw John Wayne Gacy, I think what messed me up the most was, I'm not going to go too much into it, but he was a sick, perverted son of a bitch. Well, let's just say that he had one guy in the air and he pulled his pants down, and we all know what happens after that.
I'm not gonna go watch that. I'm sorry. There's just certain things I just can't handle. I'm done.
I'm thoroughly intrigued now.
Well, you go watch that
was like
movie. I'm good.
And interestingly enough, one called Paranormal Entity was a good one too.
Because I agree with you,
Yes.
Dark. I like to do that too. Now, don't get me wrong. I've seen a ton of movies that are just pure garbage. But every so often, when you get through a lot of them, there'll be
You guys
that
hear me?
one that is just so good.
Hey,
And
you
you're
gotta
like,
tell me. You gotta tell me what the new Saw is like when you watch it. You gotta tell
Oh
me.
yeah, the
Yeah,
Jigsaw.
oh, the Jigsaw.
I'm not gonna go watch it. Obviously, I can't. I just have no interest in it because, like, I heard that the first one was good, but then after that, it's just like absolute trash.
Yeah, they were after part one. It just turned to a straight gore fest of like
Well,
shock value.
Yeah, it
Well, you
did.
can actually see, like, if you watch it, though, you can like, because if you look at everything, like the original creator of the Saw films, like, left right after one.
Mhm.
So, like, you know, once the
Yeah.
original creator left, it's pretty much doomed.
Pretty much. Interestingly enough, you want to know what was a good movie that didn't make it, and I didn't believe what it was until like the dog caught on fire. The movie called Rottweiler.
I never seen it.
Rottweiler?
It sounds like a.
It was basically, it was just imagine Cujo, right? But crossbred with Terminator. This dog got its skin melted off, and it was a purebred combat
I see
alloy
it.
chassis attack Rottweiler.
I'm looking at IMDb of the pictures. It does look like a little Terminator dog.
Eat, sleep, fetch.
But it was a,
Yeah.
interestingly enough, it was a good movie. It was
Really?
good because
It's only got 3 stars out of 10.
no, it was actually decent. I watched it, and for what they had, the graphics and CGI was pretty freaking good. I mean, you know, I just looked at that dog like, you're scary, dude. You're terrifying.
Well,
You're
you ever
just
see the Terminator movies, like they had like such a low budget, like the first film, and like it was just like amazing what they did.
oh yeah. Because think about it. I mean, I love CGI and stuff. That's why I was so upset with the whole, you know, how Genesis did great worldwide, but they took it back to part 2 and part 1 with the actual creation of the cyborgs. You know what I'm saying? Where they created it and walked
Yeah.
it. and stuff.
I like
And
I like that's the reason I like Stranger Things though, is because it's not just all CGI. Like they actually use like actual like animatronics and like makeup and
And-
stuff.
Like
Yeah.
practical makeup or practical, what do you call that?
Because you don't need all that CGI, and like that's the reason I like a lot of Marvel movies too, is because they actually
Mhm.
use a lot of practical makeup instead of.
yeah,
I mean,
I
obviously,
think
yeah,
that's cool.
like I understand, like CGI
It-
has its place. Like you probably couldn't make practical makeup for Bucky's robotic arm.
Yeah, pretty much.
But, like-
I think that's one thing. Go ahead.
But when you're CGIing like a shark, you like really.
Yeah, that's what murdered it. And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I was cool with the prequels of Star Wars. I was, but my favorite one out of all of them was Revenge of the Sith.
That's my
But-
favorite too.
When I watched the making of it, I cried in shame. It's like George Lucas just basically said, you know, screw it. Just screw it. And then when he had the nerve to say that we ruined it for him, I'm like, dude, you CGI'd everything and it's mama.
Okay. Listen, I'll give George Lucas a pass, and I'll tell you why. It's because CGI wasn't really used for like anything back then, and he really revolutionized the CGI industry. Love him, hate him,
Oh, he
the
did.
movies. He was the first one to use CGI to create like
he was,
entire
yes.
worlds.
I'll be the first to agree, but then also I'm not gonna lie, he kind of stepped away from his healthy balance of both because the first Star Wars movie were phenomenal, but then when he just went full blown retard. I mean, I much love the
I'll
George
have to-
Lucas.
I have to agree because I think it what's the word? It made the movie distracting because that's one thing I had to give props. I was worried about all the Star Wars reboots and everything was that they do all look the same, if that makes sense. They all have that same look of the original ones from the 70s. You can tell things are updated, but it still kind of has the same feel. But that one, the CGI was just so out of place. It was good, but it was just so out of place for just the feeling of a Star Wars movie.
Now I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to say this real quick. The CGI on The Force Awakens was beautiful, but the movie sucked.
Okay, I
literally
I love
watched-
Star Wars 7. I'm gonna,
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I watched it, but I sat there and I'm not going to lie. I said to myself, it's like I'm watching A New Hope on repeat. I got my hopes so high for that. I was like, it's gonna be awesome, and it was a good movie, but I just kind of sat there like, really, Planet Killer? Seriously, Abrams, that's what you give us? You can't, that's what you got?
Now, I will admit that the planet killer thing, I mean, like, yeah, I could destroy more than one planet like the Death Star, but I feel like they could have given you something better.
Yes, I mean, Rogue One, from what I heard, I have yet to see it. Don't nobody spoil it for me, but I heard that destroyed The Force Awakens hands down.
I was just about to say that. I was just about to say Rogue One. I enjoyed it so much more than The Force Awakens. It's such a good movie, and it's got Donnie Yen in it, and he's the shit. Do you guys ever watch Ip Man? Have you seen any of the Ip Man movies?
Not
oh
yet.
my god!
I gotta go.
Oh my god! I love those movies. I didn't know anybody else watched them. Holy shit! I love those.
Oh, I love Ip Man.
I'm still waiting. They don't have to, because it still looks brutal for a sci-fi movie. Now, when a sci-fi channel movie looks brutal, it's a shocking movie, because some of those movies are just horrible, even though they're fun to watch. But if they had to redo any movie that hit the sci-fi channel, I would like to see them redo Guyver 2 Dark Hero, because Guyver was just the way they did the CGI with him.
Guyver the Bad-Boosted Armor?
Yeah.
I watched the original anime. I never watched the movie.
Oh, the movie Guyver was cool, but Guyver 2 Dark Hero was just it was so nicely put together. You know what I'm saying? They had the nice mixture of CGI with the actual, and when he went Guyver, it's like you saw the whole, the goopy crap that, the bio armor shooting all over his body and shit. And it was just really well put together. So if they ever remade an actual movie, then I would love to see them do Guyver, just because, no disrespect meant to the comic book universe, but if I see another Spider-Man, there are so many characters. It is such an illustrious world of Marvel and DC. Okay. I'm not a comic book fanatic, but they need to go ahead and show some love to some other people. I'm tired of seeing Spidey.
So maybe with that one, because of like all of the advancements of CGI, maybe that one actually might come out.
Here's the thing about Spider-Man.
Really well.
That yes, he's been given so many movies, but I don't believe that he's ever really been given the love he deserves until recently.
I've always loved Spidey with a passion.
Oh, I love Spider-Man. But I'm talking about the movie. I don't feel like they've really done him justice until actually Homecoming. I love that movie because one of the things that always kind of aggravated me about most Spider-Man movies is he never like really spoke. Like he was more like Batman than Spider-Man. Like he's supposed to be funny. Like out of all the superheroes, he's supposed to talk to himself. He's supposed to crack jokes, but like nobody really did that.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I hope he does well, but it's just, I would just like to see some other people take the shine. I would like to see, maybe honestly, I would like to see a Spider-Woman movie. Honestly.
Well, I read the comics. There's like alternate universes where like there's the whatchamacallit. If you want to talk about a bunch of lesser known heroes getting the shine, you should watch Legends of Tomorrow.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and watch that.
Okay, it's on Netflix. It's amazing. So basically, it's got time travel in it. There's this basically this guy. He collects a bunch of superheroes from the timeline, and he says that they have people like freaking Atom Man, who nobody even talks about really in this movie. Nice. And he talks about how he's taking them from the timeline because like he says that they're the people who are supposed to be the ones to defeat this great villain. And there's a bunch of plot twists, but anyway, the villain is basically like immortal. And so they have to try to track him down, and he can't really die. And so each time they fight him, they have to like go to another timeline and try to like find him throughout the times and find out when he's going to show up next and stuff.
I'll have to look at it. Now, my question to all of y'all is this. Now, personally, I'm just kind of burnt out from all the the comic book movies. Nothing against them, they're great, but I was kind of burnt out, But I am looking forward to seeing Justice League. Now, personally, they love to say, they like to keep you hanging, but you can pretty much guess within comic book movies of who's going to be there. Who got their money on the return being Superman?
Yeah, they're turning Superman. Obviously, he's going to come back probably. DC sucks, though. The movies, they really do suck. They're the worst. I mean, the only movies that I enjoyed was Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman.
Oh, I loved Suicide Squad. I loved it.
I don't know why it got so much hate. It was really good.
I thought it was good. Now, one movie I'm glad that they finally gave the R rating status to, which they should have done with all his other movies, was Wolverine movies.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm nothing against Deadpool, but I'm like, Ryan Reynolds, leave it alone, dude. Let Logan die in peace. Stop trying to revive the shit. You know, you do Deadpool, that's great, but I want Logan to go out with a bang. I'm happy. You know,
Well, he
Logan's
finally
fine.
died. Like, you know, well, basically in the comics, there's like a universe 606 where like everything. That's where it all originates.
Yeah, he died in one of them, didn't he?
Yeah,
They killed
he
him.
died. He died there finally.
Yeah.
It was actually a pretty fitting end, but
Well, I
It was
know there
kinda
are
sad to see.
X-Men movies on the way.
nobody can bring him back, and that's kind of like that's pretty decent. I always enjoy that though, like because
Yeah,
like
let it bow out.
yeah, like let him die like in peace because like he's been here for like years, like he's done.
Oh man, we've seen Wolverine on the movie since like what 2000. When did the first X-Men movie come out? What 2000?
2008, 2009.
Okay, well yeah, it's
I'm
been
looking
kicking
it
it.
up right now. I'm looking it up right now.
Um,
First X movie came out on X-Men. Oh, there it is.
People might get mad at me when I say this, but a lot of people hated it. As much as I am a Patrick Stewart fan, I'm glad
Yeah,
that they took the role in the younger X-Men because I really thought that the one who played the Xavier, the one before he went bald and when he could walk,
Mhm.
I like that. I like that combination of X-Men. I thought that was a great combination. I liked it like that because, I mean, you know, Emma Frost. I've always loved Emma Frost, but the woman who played her pulled off such a role of that time. You know, I like the vintage sort of things. You know, just like I'm kind of scared. I hope that the new Blade Runner movie is actually good. I'm terrified.
Oh, I'm scared of that one too so
Actually,
much.
I'm gonna go after I saw that. Oh no, I'm not gonna go. Sorry, man. I'm gonna go watch that movie soon, like the original one, because like
Mhm.
I know like I've heard so much about it, and every single trailer I've seen when I watch it on YouTube, I'm just like that movie looks so good.
I have
Oh, it is.
I have
I
a
hope
question
Harrison Ford
before
is
we
good.
get too far off the topic because I want to know what your guys' opinions are because my friends and coworkers they disagree with me. So
Okay.
in X-Men Origins, Wolverine movie, right? Ryan Reynolds is in that movie, and they, you know, because they're trying to make the super, basically fix where
Oh,
they
the
went
Deadpool
wrong with
thing?
Logan and the other ones, and they sew his mouth shut, right, and they put the blades in his hands and stuff,
Yeah.
and he's Deadpool, right?
Yeah.
Everybody says that's not Deadpool. Deadpool's a different character. I'm like, no, that's the first time
Well,
we
it's
see
because they didn't
Deadpool.
want to accept that was the Deadpool.
That was Deadpool.
That's what I said. I was like, that's Deadpool. They're like, no, it's different. It's
They don't
different.
want to accept it because he's not like the original Deadpool. However, I didn't have a problem with it because in my eyes,
I liked him
saw
more.
well, the thing is, I saw him starting out like that, and then because in the after credit scene, you saw him live. Like I saw him maybe turning into the Deadpool everybody knows today.
Exactly. That was Deadpool, though. I mean, nothing against him. Do this next time and say it wasn't, then say who is it then?
They were saying it's just like a super mutant, but I'm like, because as soon as like when they're on top of that water tower thing or whatever, the heating vent thing, and then the blades come out of his hand, I was like, it's Deadpool. And
When I first saw
that's the
that,
first
though,
thing that came to my mind, and everybody's like, no, you're wrong.
like it's so annoying. Like people are like when I saw that, like I was like that guy looks. When I first I was like, wow, man, that guy's cool. Like,
Yeah. I
like
mean, I've
you think-
always been a Wolverine fan, but that was Deadpool.
Thank
I
you.
saw
I
yours
don't
is.
know
I
how,
never
I don't know what you would disagree. How you could disagree with that.
it's just because people don't want to accept that he was the Deadpool because he's so different. Is my son
that
back?
Deadpool's evil.
Poodle.
Personally, I thought that I mean, the one who played his brother, Wolverine, he played a damn good role. I thought that was one of the better Wolverine movies, to be honest.
Well, honestly, like
I really did like that one.
the thing is, like, I like the idea of them having a deeper connection.
Mhm.
Sabretooth and Wolverine.
Yeah.
Well, and I like any kind of. I'm big into like origin movies. Some of them are awful, but like I like to know. I don't know. I just like to know the story behind, and I like when they do that.
Every single time when you guys talk, I'm playing a game. Because you know the little thing like pops up like when you're speaking. I'm bringing my mouse around your voice, and like every single time it pops, I try to move out of the way in time.
Okay.
You're playing a game with yourself.
That was a good one. I mean, another great actor who I think is stepping away from his actual, in my opinion, his actual pizzazz, and most people look at me like I'm crazy. You know, take The Rock for example. When the rundown movies that he did, when he had the perfect action with the perfect humor, I loved that. I thought that was great. And then nothing against it, but he went like Fast and the Furious, and I'm just like, please stop, please stop. It's over.
He's still going in good movies. It's just Fast and the Furious.
I
never saw those ones really. They never interested me.
I mean, honestly, I've always had a great respect for like Paul Walker as an actor. And the way I see it, it's just now, even though they are, as you know, including the 27-mile highway airport runway that just never ended, you know, that one.
Catch the damn train.
It just kept going. It just never ended. But my whole thing was, I thought that it's just time to kind of let it go.
Yeah.
Fast and Furious, like, my thing is like, there's only so long a film can go on for, right? Film series.
Well, I thought for sure it was over because they had a couple of bad ones, and then they came back and it was good again, and then, you know, Paul Walker died, and then I was like, okay, yeah, what was the Tokyo Drift? That was awful.
I didn't personally mind Tokyo Drift so much, but the only one who saved it was the lead character. He was the only one who saved it. If he wasn't in it, it would have been over. But what I liked about it was the Japanese guy who played on it, the Asian guy, he's the real Drift King. Like he did his own shit.
Well, congratulations. Yeah, hey, you got 9 likes on your stream, dude.
Yay!
All right, I'm going to go dislike it now.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but no, he does that in real life.
Anybody watching?
Okay, hey, spoiler alert. All right, nobody's here. But whenever you see that one dislike on everybody's streams, it's me. It's me. I always dislike everybody's streams. I think it's funny. And they always just freak out, and it's just so much fun. Oh, you got 10 likes. All right.
That's the thing, though, is likes versus dislikes don't really matter. Either one you get is still boost for your channel. I found this out. It's interaction. You still get interaction points in your analytics.
Getting on the front page.
Huh?
That's how BuzzFeed keeps getting on the front page.
Yeah, it's all about channel BuzzFeed. Interaction. Whether you thumbs up or thumbs down, it's still interaction.
They got freaking like 130 likes and then 53 million dislikes.
BuzzFeed needs to die.
BuzzFeed is like all the people that have. And then all the people that have supposedly left BuzzFeed, I'm surprised it hasn't died already.
It's not.
Yeah, but you got to think about it. For everyone that leaves, there's like 5, fresh out of college kids ready to jump into that position so fast.
Bunch of SJW kids, yeah.
That's why he's not going to die.
It's just the gift that keeps on giving.
It's cancer to the sexes. It's cancer to the young generation.
The thing about BuzzFeed that's terrible is that it's not bad just for men. Like, I feel like it degrades both sexes equally.
It does. It's a slaughter fest of shittery.
It's terrible.
My God, it's just a slaughter fest. It's just, like.
Hey, I feel like Dark Paradox and I, like you, the ones who are talking a lot. You need to come up with more topics, okay?
Yeah, I'm about to.
No, but I like what you guys are saying though, because like
we're not gonna carry your stream for you. We'll only carry you so far.
I'm gonna get my coffee, so I'll be right back.
You guys can do all the work. No, I just the BuzzFeed. I think like it on the outside, and even when they show the stuff in their office, it probably seems like a cool place to work. But like when you hear all the people talk about like why they left and stuff, I mean, you don't. All of your ideas get taken by them, and anything you want to do on your channel, if you have a separate channel, gets limited. And also the fact that they steal other people's ideas because they put like so much pressure on the creators because they have like quotas they have to meet.
It's a terrible channel in general though as well.
Well, their philosophy is quantity over quality.
Also, their philosophy is also hate men as much as you can. I'm trying not to say anything like that would down my own sex, but I'm just like
some of this like SJW feminist. It's so stupid.
No, but
So-
I'll be the first to say that, like, yeah, some men can be terrible, but that's just like, but I've met a lot of terrible women too. So, like, I'm just like, you got to treat it on a person by person basis. Like, if I were to say, like, oh, welcome back. Like, you got to treat it as just like, you got to treat it like movies, basically. If there's a movie in a movie series that's terrible, you don't treat the entire series like it's trash. You just acknowledge that that movie was terrible and then move on with your life.
Yep. I think that a lot of I think a lot of it has to do with people just getting scorned. I think also if a person gets to the point where, and I know rejection, getting shut down, oh, it sucks. It does. Come on, let's just be real here. You know,
I've never really
sooner
been
or later,
rejected by a girl. Or
one time in my life, but then I've always been the type of guy that goes for, I've always tell young men, go for the best of everything in life. Push yourself the hardest. Try to get the best career. Don't settle for less. It might be hard, but it's more rewarding. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
And the funny thing is I've seen all my young dudes get shot down by like average women, but always book the top flight chick. But I've been shot down a couple times in my day. It hurt.
in your day.
But I can't sit back. I mean, I'm 34. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but I feel like an old man. You're like, in my day,
I'm 34, so it's like
in my day, we didn't have braces. Our father just punched our teeth back into place.
I don't understand these kids. They're like, I can't get girls. I'm like, dude, back in my day when we wanted girls, we had to walk to the mall.
Back in
We
my
didn't
day,
have all this extra stuff. You know, we had to go out and meet girls, and that's the problem, in my opinion. We
back
had
in
to
my
go
day,
out.
we didn't have Star Wars
Women.
to talk about.
But now, young men, you know, okay, above the grave.
Hey,
I know you
hey,
feel
hey.
me on this.
don't
When-
let me in with all these people.
Oh,
I'm only-
okay.
No,
Okay.
but I think you should listen, Happy Shadows, because you're getting
But-
taken to school right now.
But for example,
I
woman
thought I was out of school.
emits subtle signs when she's interested in a man. Correct, ATG?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Y'all
Yeah.
do certain things. Y'all do certain things, and it's hard for a young man between the age of 18 and 25 to pick up on those signs if all he's used to is swiping right or swiping left.
Well, and then also with text messages and direct messages, you don't know what people are saying. There's been times on Twitter where like somebody messaged me something and I'm like, wait, are they mad? Like,
exactly.
and they're not, because I gave them no reason to be mad, but it's just because you can't read somebody's
Exactly.
body language
Well-
over text. And
Or when
yeah,
someone
so-
says, "Did you assume my gender?" and you're wondering if they're joking, if they're being serious.
And then on top of that, a lot of young men and women, you know, they sum up a person to their organs nowadays. I tell any man, if you see a girl only being used for her booty and stuff, if that's what you're literally going after women for, just for the booty, you're gonna have a hard ride, buddy.
That's
They're human
terrible.
beings.
I was
I mean,
fine. Like,
but-
you had to
but-
treat her like a person. Like,
I mean, yeah, and they do treat them like people, but you know, instead of taking time to get to know this amazing person and fall in love for them for everything, their quirks, their goods, their bads, because we all got some stuff that annoys
even
me.
their imperfection.
Everybody. So it's just with the lack of interaction today, we've become so close to one another with the ability to interact on everything within 2.5 seconds. But
You'd
we
figure
become
with
so-
you'd figure that with all the ability to talk to everybody and like 3.5 seconds, like you said, that we'd grow closer.
No, we're moving further away. Like, I mean, you guys are hundreds of miles
you.
away from me. We've never met in person, but yet here we are talking, having a conversation. I mean, that's amazing. But there,
Doesn't hundred
it's
miles
but
away.
it also
I could be in your closet. That's
it lacks a lot of the actual interaction that humans need.
I'm
You know, and I
very,
think
I'm a
that's
very
why I'm
social person, and so like I'm always at the mall and stuff, just talking to random people. Doesn't matter, just like, hey, how's it going? They're like, oh, how's it going? I think they're usually surprised because I'm more talkative than like the majority of people. I'm just like, hey, how are you doing? And they're just like, oh, hi.
I love to interact, but I think sometimes people could tend to focus on the do not interact with that person, bells and whistles. I tell young guys, she's on her cell phone, she's ignoring you, she's ignoring everybody, leave her alone.
Well, yeah, like if someone like is like, "Hey," and then I'm just like, "What?" and we start talking, and then like they pull out their phone or something, or I'm just like, "Well, then okay, you don't want to talk, I guess." Like I won't continue talking to that person.
Agreed. That is one thing I expect. If I'm on a date, your cell phone's getting put in your purse for like the time of the date. It's just rude.
Yeah,
It
well,
is
like
rude.
that's what I've always found.
And
like if you're
I'm cold. I'm the type of dude. One girl did it one time. I said, "Go ahead and tell your friend I'm not psycho." Go ahead, pick the code. How'd you know that? I said, "Come on, man. I met you with a Starbucks because I wanted you to be comfortable. But you could tell your friend I'm not psycho."
I just recently, it wasn't recently, it was like a few months ago, but I met a guy, I'm not gonna lie, like on one of those swipe left, swipe right dating app type things, right? And we were messaging, and he seemed cool and like he seemed really nice and it seemed like we had a lot of common. So I was like, let's meet up, and I met him at a Starbucks because I was like, I don't want to do dinner because it like if I don't like you, like I could take my coffee and go. You know what I'm saying?
You want to freaking talk in a public place so he doesn't kidnap you using chloroform and then stab you in the stomach when you're in his basement.
But when I met him in person, it was just bad vibes all around. He was like so weird, and I would have never like known that hadn't. Because on text he seemed so cool, but he was so weird. And then like at the end he tried to like kiss me, but I kind of wouldn't let him do it.
Never kiss on the first date.
He started texting me again and was just like, he's like, oh, I really liked you and let's get together, and I think that we'd be really good together. And I was just honest. I was like, I'm sorry, but I just didn't feel a connection, and I tried to say it nicely, and then his next text were like, fuck you, you fucking bitch, fuck blah 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 blah, you're a slut, you're this, and I was like, okay, and that's where the bad vibes came from.
Yeah, that's the I cannot handle rejection, and that in my opinion is what in reality is overpowering all the BuzzFeed
trying to make you seem
shit.
like a jerk in his mind because he just can't handle it.
Because I was being honest. I didn't say it was just a feeling that I just didn't feel a connection. I felt, I knew that we weren't going to be compatible. Like, yes, we might have a lot in common, but, and it's not like he was an okay looking guy and he had like a nice job and I guess all the things that a woman would want, he had a car and a house and a job. But if I'm not connected, I'm not going to like.
So in a nutshell, he had everything that you could have wanted, but he lacked the ability to keep it. Basically, he lacked the skill to build sexual tension.
I'm not saying I'm psychic, but I pick up on people and I have to meet them in person to get the feelings that I get, and I was getting bad feelings.
Did you guys see the thing on Twitter that's like figure out when you will die?
I want to keep that a surprise.
I die like 105 every time. That's pissing me off.
I got a question for you guys. Would you rather know how you die or when you die?
How?
Like, and there's like no choice. Like some guys, like you got to know either one, or else I'll just kill you right now.
I'll choose how, because for some reason dying doesn't scare me.
It doesn't scare me either, which is weird. Because usually people are so afraid of death, but I'm just like, it's just death.
But
I actually died in a hospital. It's not really that big of a transition.
I think it's just because people are so afraid of hell and heaven and stuff.
Well, I think though, if you knew how, it might give you a little bit of perspective of when. Because if it's like, oh, you die of a respiratory infection, well, that usually happens when people are a lot older.
Freaking cigarettes.
So that's all. That always killed me with news stories. Like the last pope, like that died. They were like, oh, he died from respiratory complications. I'm like, no, he died because he was old. He was 90.
Pretty much.
I just love when they say that, like, oh, so-and-so died because of this. I'm like, no, they were.
Or like those actors who die and they're like, somebody killed him. I'm just like, he was like, not, he's 85. Like, he was going to die eventually.
Pretty much. But then no disrespect meant to celebrities, but it's Generation RX with them.
Dark Paradox.
They love to get. What's up, man? They love to get.
What?
Somebody said Dark Paradox. I said, what's up, man?
Yeah, I did. Like,
No,
I just have so much fun doing it now. Just like
it's true though. Like even if, like, let's say if you have like a tiny little bit of an addiction problem, you might not even realize it's that bad. But when you're in a community or like a scene where nobody tells you no, and you can get anything you want at the top,
I'm just like, hey, want drugs? And they're like, sure, yeah, I'll give you drugs.
Pretty much.
like, yeah, that's why they're all doped up. Because you think about all the stuff they have to go through. I mean, we're talking 12-hour, 20-hour shoots, you know, with no sleep. What do you think they're taking?
I'll always stay away from drugs. I just like, no, I'm good. No drugs for me.
I mean, I'm having one final shebang myself, but I guess I really can't call it a drug. On my birthday, I'm gonna get like a lot of pot. And I'm gonna smoke myself stupid, and then I'm gonna quit.
That's not a problem. I would prefer that people smoked pot over anything, over drinking alcohol. Because
I know my limit with alcohol. Some don't.
I've never had any inclination to drink or do drugs. It's weird. I've always been I'm that weird person. Like I haven't had an inclination to drink. Don't have an inclination to do drugs. Like it's never appealed to me. The only thing that's ever appealed to me is writing. That's it. Like
Hey, that's nothing wrong with that.
I don't think you're weird. I think you're smart.
Like I'm not even interested. Like everybody my age is like, oh, I want a girlfriend. I'm just like, Jesus, man. What do you want a girlfriend? I'm like, I don't even get crushes. Like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with that. I think the only thing that gets me about I don't care if someone wants to drink, but whenever I'm smoking a
My
blunt,
mom's happy though.
and people will walk up and they be sloshed off alcohol and they be like, "You really shouldn't smoke weed." Really?
My mom's
It's
happy,
bad.
and my mom's happy. But then she's like, hey, you know, he's not interested in girls, but he could be interested in guys. So like,
Wow. You know, it's interesting when someone's not interested and it's a problem. He's just
Yeah.
not interested. I mean, damn.
yeah,
Some-
my mom doesn't care.
See it as
Although I think-
something's wrong with you.
Yeah, my mom is like, but everybody else is like, man, are you sure? It's like, but then like, you know what? You haven't experienced it. I'm just like, well, I just know I'm good. Like,
I mean, I'm not trying to be wrong or whatever, but coming from a guy who had this like pointless sex throughout his 20s, it can get really mind-numbingly dumb. It can. And as much as I am for procreation and you know, relationships and dating, I went 10 years without dating, without sex, and I was just like, I'm good. Are you gay? No, I'm not gay, dude. I'm taking time to figure me out. You don't like girls? Look here, shorty. I'm taking time to figure me out. I wish more men would take time to figure themselves out so y'all don't run around saying all of us are crazy.
yeah, that's the. Wait, have you ever seen that? Have you ever seen that Thomas Sanders thing? Like, I know, like, it's kind of like a different way. It's like, it's like a bisexual thing. He's like, do you like him? He's like, yes. He's like, do you like her? He's like, yes. And he's like, well, which one do you like? He's like, yes.
Hey, that's my
The
thing.
more the merrier.
Go with the flow. I just think that it's completely normal to take some time just to do you. I mean, sex is great. Don't get me wrong. It feels awesome if you know how to do it right. But
Have you ever seen that thing though, where God, I can't even figure it out now. Jesus, brain fart. Damn it.
I didn't start dating or anything until I was like 28, and people would like, they were like, oh, well, how do you feel about women? Are you sure maybe you're gay? And like everybody was just trying to figure out what was wrong with me that like I wasn't dating. I'm like, well, I'm just trying to finish college. I'm trying to, you know, plan my future.
I think like isn't like bisexuality seems to be like the most common now for some reason. Everybody
actually, I read a report on it. Not as many. I can't speak for the women, but I was reading BuzzFeed, you know, and it was actually a report that made sense
for once.
Yeah, for once. But I saw the point of view how a person was. It was a feed basically on how a lot of bisexual people, especially bisexual men, don't really have that environment to come out and really speak about it, because whenever, you know, to gay people, you're not really bisexual, you're just gay. Like, it's so hard to believe that a man or a woman, well, more of a man, just because of the times we live on, could be like bisexual. Like, I have a friend that's bisexual and they're shocked that he actually likes both. And then we got the group of people that are hypocrites that are bisexual women but won't date a bisexual man for some odd reason because it's disgusting and they think he's going to cheat. I'm like, just because a person's bisexual doesn't mean they have any less ability to be monogamous.
Whoa, what's going on over there?
I have no clue, but it's just a bunch of fuckery. I'm cool with everybody if you cool with me. That's my motto. If you cool with me, I'm cool with you. Do you and stuff. As long as you don't hurt no kids and don't force nothing on nobody else.
I feel the same way. I'm just kind of like, one, it's not really any of my business. So
yeah, pretty much. I agree with you on that. It's not our business. But then, you know, my whole thing is I think that honestly for America to be quote unquote the most open country, as they say, we sure are behind the times with a lot of things. Think that people just need to do them and just, you know, mind their business and don't force it on somebody else. If, you know, because I actually read a report and it's hit me a couple times, ATG, like, heterosexual man says that he won't date a trans woman, then he's transphobic and he should actually be willing to look past the penis. Well, that's hard for some men. I feel the same way, and I muted Happy Shadows because there was a lot of background noise, but now I don't know how to unmute you. Sorry, I muted you. No, I feel the same way. It's they're not being transphobic. It's just
unmute whatever.
It's not their thing. You know, it's not. A penis is hard for people to look past. It's a penis.
A penis. Yeah,
So,
my thing is it's like it's none of my business, one, and two, like, this might sound insensitive, but I really don't care. Like, honestly, I mean, we can be friends. That's cool, but like, I have too much stuff that I'm trying to figure out and work on to be like worried about what you're doing.
Hold on one second. I'll be right back.
Sorry, Happy Shadows. I heard a background noise, like you dropped your microphone or something, so I muted you, and then I couldn't figure out how to unmute you.
Yeah, I muted myself too because I had to go downstairs real quick.
No problem.
Thanks for inviting me again. I'm very thankful.
Thank you for coming. It's fun. I like live streaming.
All right, I'm back.
Especially when we have stuff to talk about.
What's up, me locker? I wanted to say something real quick. I actually had a discussion with a person one time, and the person was trans. I like to talk to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because I believe you can only really learn if you talk to people that you also disagree with.
Right.
You know? And they were like, why don't more? I'm like, look, a lot of men can't overlook it. And they're like, well, why not? I said, because a lot of men want a child. And they're like, well, some women can't have children. I'm like, well, men understand that. And usually when they find that out through testing, they say, well, I want kids. So they go find a fertile woman. It all depends. But, you know, it's like this whole new thing of first everybody wanted acceptance. That's fine. Now they want this. That's fine. And now they're literally trying to force that onto people that don't want it. And I'm like, okay, now you all are starting to get a little bit too off the rocker with it.
I agree. I agree 100%.
I see these things on like Tumblr when I try to find it again, where he's like, hey, like reblog if you would be friends with someone who's trans, and like if you won't be friends with someone who's trans, like unfollow me, basically, whatever.
See, that's that whole baiting
and like the whole
bullshit.
thing I was doing is I was like, you know, they don't have to be friends with them. I mean, as long as they're not mean to them or trying to kill them, I don't care. I mean, they shouldn't.
Exactly.
Well,
exactly.
Now it's turning into
crazy.
If you disagree, then you're a bigot. If you
or if you don't
disagree
think
at all,
you're transphobic.
I love how this thing is turned from talking about horror movies to sexuality.
we're talking about real shit.
At the end of the day, I think that everybody should be entitled to love. But what I tell a lot of trans people is, I'm like, if you want them to accept you in that aspect, first you have to understand your limitations. You have to understand, you have to look yourself in the mirror, just like people who are heterosexual, so forth and so on, have to look in the mirror. Okay, let's be real here. If you look in the mirror, you're 975 pounds and you have 10 missing eyeballs and no toes, there's a very slim chance that you're going to run into a model, let alone land her. So I tell them, I'm like, you know, you can't expect, and I'm this gonna sound savagely cold. Trans women, you can't expect heterosexual men to date you if you have more muscles than him just because you feel like a woman. It just does not work like that. That's just, it's a certain thing called attraction. But I tell a lot of the trans people that I'm cool with, if you want to have a better dialogue with heterosexual men, don't focus on heterosexual men, focus on making a safe haven, not a safe space, you know, not like one of those, but a dialogue for the men that actually enjoy dating trans women, so they can come forth and be confident in who they are, and then you'll start to attract the men that you like, that like you, instead of going for every single man thinking that he should date you just because you got pills to be a woman, they got some titties now, and all of a sudden the guy got to kick it with you, because that's just not the way the world works.
Well, and I think like it's that philosophy, you track more flies with honey. It's like, yes, it might be hard to be kind and use kind words with someone who appears to be transphobic or a bigot, but sometimes that's the only really way you can open a conversation and open somebody's mind, is if they're approaching you with like hate, you kind of you can't turn around and become automatically defensive and say, oh, bigot, you're a prejudice, you're this, you're that. You're not going to get anywhere with anybody like that.
Exactly.
You have to let them talk. You have to let them share their feelings, and you have to try and understand why they feel that way and where they're coming from.
Yep.
Or else,
All right, guys. I gotta go to sleep.
Where have you been?
Dude,
I
All right,
have
man,
been
no
trying to get my dad to go
Nice,
to fucking
nice.
bed for the past half hour. He went out listening with a damn. He kept like saying like Abraham Lincoln did this shit. Like some guy did this stuff and some shit.
I missed you, my son.
Shut up. Anyway,
Well-
I got some sleep because I have an appointment in the morning. And
All right.
congrats on 100 above.
Thank you for coming, Ghosty. I appreciate you.
Of course.
Hey, Jared.
Ah,
Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the dead
No,
bite.
Take care, bro.
Bye bye.
you
Good
too.
night.
Nah.
Good night, man.
And there were 3.
Dun dun dun.
I don't know. We just need kind of a dialogue going on and stuff.
I feel like everybody's becoming too accepting in this world.
I think that, yeah, I will agree with that. A lot has
The thing
become
is-
very too accepting. But
Here's the thing.
I think I think who bombed out recently, and I was really let down by her because she's usually so clear in her mindset, the way she speaks things. But Onision baited her the whole time, and that was Blair White. As much as I love Blair White, she acted just like the thing she said she's out to destroy. She literally acted like a little social justice warrior, and I was like, Blair
Oh.
White, that's not good for your channel. She spoke from pure emotions and said, "Let me talk." So
Wasn't she getting drunk?
I don't know what she was doing, but basically he baited her. He got on her feelings. He let her talk, and then when he went to talk, she gave him 2 seconds and then said shushy, 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 basically, and she put him on mute and took him off and put him back on mute, and he's just sitting there, and at the very end, she was so pissed off, and he just gave her this smile, and the smile looked at like, I baited you, switched you, and embarrassed you in front of your whole fan base. Good night, Blair.
That's like really messed up. I hate when people go set out just to embarrass someone like that.
Well, no, it was a debate.
Oh, it was a debate?
They agreed to debate, but it wasn't a debate. It was just basically Onision wanted to debate, even though his view was skewed. You know, he wanted to debate, and Blair turned it from a debate into basically a slaughter fest. And by her being in her feelings and him not being in his feelings, he baited her into that, and he pretty much brought out her emotions. And you know, when something goes live,
Because I feel like,
even if you can remove it,
because I feel like, I mean, because did you see the one with Joy Sparkles?
I didn't.
Oh, I felt like he was like kind of more emotional, but she was acting kind of crazy, but he was acting very emotional. And I think this time he like collected his thoughts, and if she would have kept it together, I think that they actually would have had like a good conversation.
Yeah.
But I don't know. She said that she was drinking. She said she was drunk. So I don't know if the
Yeah, when you're
alcohol
about to
let
do
her emotions had her like not have as much control of her emotions.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to be an asshole when I say this, but when you reach a certain standard and, you know, a certain level within your YouTube, VidMe, whatever it is, you know, popularity, you're about to go into a debate, you got to kind of come in there sober, because if you don't, it's just unprofessional, if that makes
Not
any
only
sense.
sober, but prepared.
I would have had like some note cards sitting next to me with like topics, so just in case we got off the topic, you know, I had my thoughts laid out in front of me.
When I'm in a debate, my philosophy is that whenever you go into a debate, you always want to go in expecting to be proved wrong.
Yep.
And there's no,
Bingo.
and that's the thing is that too, like that's that whole, you got to be open minded too when you're in a debate.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I'll tell you, the debates I'll always stay away from is the religious debates.
I won't go near him to save my life. You will not catch my ass in a religious debate at all.
You want to talk about like I have this one person who keeps trying to save my soul, and I'm just like, okay.
Because when it comes to religious debates, too many people are too moody off that and too emotional, and it turns into more of a what my book says compared to what this historical evidence or this scientific evidence.
Yeah, like I keep saying, like, yeah, this stuff and this, and they're just like, well, the book says. I'm like, well, science says this, and
exactly. Now, if you can prove to me within a spiritual book, no matter what book it may be, and align it to historical evidence, then I'm cool. But I just can't let somebody go directly by their book only.
We lost Happy Shadows again. I don't know what happened to him. Oh, he's back.
My freaking this.
What did you? No, I thought because I clicked on my Google Hangout screen to like make it big again, and then you dropped out just then. So I hope I didn't. I don't think I hung up on you.
I was doing. I don't know what I was doing actually. Kind of just. I pressed the back button by accident.
No, I just. That's. I guess goes back to my laziness. Like I understand where people believe differently than me, and that's fine. But I just don't care to get into it a lot of the times, just because.
Like, no problem. Like I'll just be like, you do you, I'll do me. I mean, like
pretty much.
Katie, I've been talking to her, and we're like friends and stuff. And she's an atheist, and she thinks like she doesn't think much about religion, and I'm decently religious, not really religious, but I'm just like, you know, I'm okay, man. You do you. I'm not gonna try to force my religious views on you or anything. I mean, who cares?
Just being. Being respectful.
I'm always. My opinion has always been is I'm like, I'm not God. This isn't my job.
Pretty much. Pretty much. I can agree with that. I just think that no matter what path you follow, it should be a personal relationship. Unless you can sit down and talk to a person about it on a.
I also don't think that your path should involve killing anybody.
Oh, I'm with you on that one.
My personal thing is like because I've
cutting off family. That's
been like really bad in the past. Like I've done like a lot of hurtful things because I was just in a dark place. And so these past few years, I've just been working on myself, and my philosophy is just like I'm just trying to do no harm.
That's the thing about religion is like one of the things that I will not do is if it's religious is in my religion that I follow. I won't say it. You know, if you guys want to know, I guess. But my thing has always been is like if your religion involves like cutting off family or killing people or anything like that, like it's just not something I'd ever follow or consider.
I had I don't know, just for the sake of talking, I have like a story. So it was in the beginning of my like trying to change my perspective. So a Jehovah's Witness lady came to my house. And, you know, usually people just get rid of them as quickly as possible. I was like, it was hot outside. I was like, hey, you want to come inside? You want some lemonade? And I sat there. I let her do her spiel. She was really nice. And then it turned out that we actually had a lot in common, and we were texting each other, and she was actually really funny. And I thought we were becoming friends. And then one day she shows up to my house with like the bishop, I don't know bishop, I don't know what it is, but like a bunch of elder ladies from the church, and they all wanted to come inside and talk to me too. And I told her, I was like,
why?
I'll just say her name because we don't talk about her. I was like, Gina, listen, I love you, honey, but I'm not gonna become a Jehovah's Witness. I was like, I'm sorry, that's just not my thing. And then she ghosted me, and I ran into her at the grocery store. I was like, hey, what's up? And she was like, I'm sorry, I'm no longer able to associate with you. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And that's part of their religion. That's part of their religion, though. If you are a Jehovah's Witness, you have to be cut off. And I was like, wow, okay.
Somebody in my family is Jehovah's Witness, and I know that they actually my family's a Jehovah's Witness, and they haven't cut us off or anything. So I don't know. There's just certain levels.
It was those elder ladies. I don't know if it's because I embarrassed them because I said it in front of them, but she said she's like, I have to cut you off. Like she's like, I'm sorry, I can't associate with you.
I could never like really like well, I mean, I can't say that I could never, but like over something like that, like if my friend freaking murdered somebody, like yeah, I could cut them off pretty quick.
I've had to cut some people off. It's just some people are just toxic. You can love them to death. You can, and sometimes it could even be family. You know, you can love them with all your heart, but if they're just a toxic person and they're not willing to change or better themselves, sometimes it's just the healthy thing to do is to cut them off. But I mean that's a good reason to cut somebody off.
Yeah. There's like this person, and like you guys, role playing is really fun if you haven't done it before. No, not the sexual kind about the online. Hey, it's fun. Okay, you guys
I'm
ever
not knocking it because I used to do it too.
what?
I used to do it too.
Oh, you online role played?
Yeah,
Right.
I used to do it on Yahoo though.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, like yeah, there's like the person in our role play group who's just like I don't know. Everything I say she always disagrees with, and like it's like always annoying. I'm like, why do you hate me so much? And she doesn't hate anybody. That's just like the way she is, and I'm just like why are you this way?
But that's one of those things. It's like you'll probably never figure it out, and so it's not a bad thing if you don't want to associate with her. I mean,
yeah, I'm not gonna associate with her. In fact, she started ignoring me, and I just kind of like was just like, hey, what are you doing? And then she just kept just not talking to me unless it involved something about like an argument, and I was just like, you know what, I'm done. You know, well, I don't want to argue. I'm not that kind of person. I'm always pretty happy. So
some people just I learned this like the hard way, but some people just like drama and they like to argue. Like that's how they get their they just get their self-worth from that, and it's sad, but it's true.
Yeah, it is really sad though. But like the thing is like if they're ever sad or anything and they're talking, like I'll comfort them or whatever. Like, but we're not gonna be friends. Person who like if somebody's in distress, it doesn't matter if I hate you with all of my soul, I'll always try to be there for you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that's a good quality, but at the same time, don't let people walk on you.
No, I won't let them walk on me.
Don't get taken advantage of.
No, that's one of the things that's one of the things I'm proud of, that I always stay away from that.
And some people I've learned too over the years, some people just don't know how to be friends. Like they just, I don't know if it was bad upbringing, but they really don't know how to be a good friend. They just don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
You guys like Nightcore?
The medicine.
Nightcore.
Nightcore?
Yes.
Nightcore. I've heard a couple of the songs, but I haven't really like dug too deep into it. I thought you said NyQuil at first. I'd have been like, "Oh yeah, I like the red kind. Makes me happy and puts me to sleep."
I thought you were saying Night Court, like the '80s TV show. I was like, "What? How do you know about that?"
You know, I love '80s TV shows. You mean like Guyver? MacGyver. I mean, I've watched. Well, it's an early 2000 show more, but Dead Zone. I like that one. I like the show McKnight. You ever watch that one with the car that speaks and everything?
Oh, Knight Rider.
Knight Rider. Yeah, that show is amazing.
I still watch it. I've been rewatching it again. It's a great show.
I watched the old Hulk with Lou Ferrigno too. That was pretty good.
Nice.
I used to like that.
I'm an old soul. I know all the old music, all the old stuff. Take me home tonight. I don't
That's my jam.
Okay. Be my little baby. That's one of the best. Yeah, they had really good music then. And like I can't say that there isn't good music now, but I will say that the '80s music definitely does have
Oh, the
different
'80s
feel to
music had that feel to it that just
Yeah.
a lot of it had
This
to
is
do with the
thriller,
story and the
thriller
technology that
night.
they had.
Vincent Price's narration in Thriller is just amazing.
Oh,
Yes.
and have you guys seen you've seen the new Stranger Things trailer?
Yes. And I was cool because I've already seen the Thriller like commercial. So like anybody who's like my age who doesn't know about like the 80s, which a lot of people don't, like they watch that and like, what's that? And I'm just like, oh man, I know that. That's amazing. I'm glad they put it in there.
This is so gross, but I got like a full-on female boner when I heard Vincent Price on that trailer. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be amazing.
That's nice to hear. I'm glad. we're
Hey,
very
if you have a lady boner, you have a lady boner.
you know what?
I used to have like the biggest crush on Vincent Price when I was younger. It's weird, I know,
so old.
but he's so cool.
Did you ever watch I Am Legend with Vincent Price? It was The Last Man on Earth, though.
What?
Can't say that I have.
Did you ever watch The Last Man on Earth with Vincent Price?
No.
You never watched? Oh my god, that movie's amazing. So you remember I Am Legend?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, that's a remake to that movie with Vincent Price. So basically, like
Oh.
they're a bunch of zombies, but they're all vampiric zombies. And the thing is that they can all think, and it's kind of like it's actually kind of reminds me of Persuaded, because the zombies like they can't get into his house because they're afraid of mirrors. So he has mirrors on like all his doors, but they're always like calling him, like trying to get him outside. Like his dead wife is standing at the door and she's like, "Come out, we want to see you again."
And that movie's called Persuaded?
No, it's called The Last Man on Earth. I was comparing it to Persuaded.
Oh.
Creepypasta, if you ever read it.
I need to watch that because it sounds like it's like would be up my alley.
Yeah, it's really good. And maybe you could review it for all the people who don't know about it. But it was amazing, and the ending was just like, it gets to you.
I was so sad. Oh, wait, no, never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
What was so sad?
Totally. I was like, that's just gonna reveal my age. I was so sad when Vincent Price died. So sad.
You're 30, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 30 is not that old.
It's really not, considering I'm 34.
What's that saying? 30, flirty, and whatever. Hold on. I'm trying to find it.
I used to get all messed up around 29.
Oh, there it is.
Just said, screw it.
Okay. It's 30, flirty, and thriving. That's it.
I cried on my 20th birthday because I was like, I'm no longer a teenager.
Are you serious? Jeez.
I can't be a teenager anymore.
For me, like my age is like I'm kind of disappointed that I'm young because like okay, like I'm happy that I'm young and I'm happy that I'm doing something with my life, but at the same time I'm tired that like nobody will hire me because these stupid labor laws are in place.
Hey, go with it. My dad told me when I was younger, he was like, he really didn't want me getting a job because I was looking for a job when I was like, 14, 15. And he was like, honey, he was like, when you start working, you're going to be working for the rest of your life. So he was like, hold off as long as you can.
Well,
And he was right. He was 100% right.
That were like that. Like I used to work in an electric guitar shop last year.
My first job I ever had was at my school. I worked in the cafeteria, and you got like below minimum wage. They paid us like $2 an hour, I think.
Well,
but I got an actual paycheck,
being an apprentice is awesome.
That was my first, and I was 15.
Yeah. I was apprentice. Well, when I was at the electric guitar shop, at first I didn't get paid anything because I was just apprenticing.
Oh, child labor, free child labor, slave labor.
But hey, I loved it because I was doing something. I don't care if like they don't like. I just like he gave me food, so like I didn't care. Like, just give me food, I'll work for you.
Hold on one second.
15, not homeless. We'll work for food.
My first real job, I think I was 16. I worked at McDonald's.
Why'd you work at Mickey D's? I'm never going to work at Mickey D's.
Because my friends were working there.
Always for the friends.
All right. Hey, guys. I have to actually depart. I gotta get ready to do a couple things and all that. But I want to thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for coming, Dark Paradox.
So thank you for having me. It was cool and all that.
Well, thank you for even listening to me.
No, thanks for the conversation. I always enjoy conversing and stuff.
No, I
all have
enjoyed
fun.
it. You guys said I wasn't talking enough, but you guys were saying such good stuff. I was just listening.
Paradox.
Well, we're gonna make you talk next time.
Okay.
We will make you talk.
Thank
All right,
Thank
everybody.
you.
I have to depart.
Good night.
Goodbye, my friend.
Or good morning for you, I think.
Good morning.
Yeah, it's 12:12.
Good morning. Good morning. It's great.
Good night.
Oh, I'm just tweaking shit. Wow. Okay, that's what that means. Okay, y'all. You have a great night.
Good night.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
Maybe I should end it too. I don't know. We've been
Man, it just depends. You know, thanks for
we've been
having me.
going for almost 3 hours. I can't believe it. I was hoping. I was like, at least if we could just get like an hour. You
Yeah, I was
know.
gonna decide is like if you're gonna take down your stream or not.
But thank you so much for coming, Happy Shadows.
Thank you for inviting me. No, I'm not invited to a lot of things in real life or on the internet. So
I'll invite you. I hope to do it again. Let's do it again. Like,
I can't do it August 1st.
well, I was thinking like when I reach 200. I don't know.
Well, I was just gonna say because I was just like, because a lot of people, oh no, August seems to be a lot of people are streaming in August. And I was just like, oh crap, if she's streaming August 1st, I can't be here.
Well, I have a lot of stuff going on in August, but like outside of YouTube. But next time when I do a stream, I think what I'll do, because this one was kind of last minute because I had no idea I was going to get to 100 subscribers today. Like I literally had no clue.
Well, I
So
just
I think-
advertised. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. I wanted to do this stream with you, so I was just like advertising you on every single social media I had. I was
Thank
like,
you.
"Just
Thank
grab
you.
this
Thank you.
person."
Thank you.
Well,
But I
you are,
think-
and it's not just because I wanted to do this. It's just your voice is legit, like amazing, and I love your content. It's so cool. Like whenever you upload, I really look forward to it.
Thank you. I really like your voice. It's like without even, I feel like I have to try to sound a little less grating, but like without even trying, your voice is just so smooth.
Thank you.
It's just like nice and like just smooth and comforting, which I think, I feel like if you have a more comforting voice, it makes creepypastas a little creepier because
You're just like,
the
why
voice,
is the voice
the
telling
voice,
you to die?
yeah, the voice is like making you feel safe, but at the same time, they're talking about like ripping someone apart.
Yeah, like Creepsmith Pasta. He's always creepy because you're like, man, your voice is so soothing. Well, why is he telling me I'm gonna die?
But next time I do this, I think what I'll do is I'll give like more of an advance warning, and then I'll like ask everyone to like have at least 3 short stories.
Oh, well, I'll bring some stories. In fact, hey, just for you, I'll write one and I'll save it for the thing.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, it'll even be a story about your channel art thingy, because that's exciting.
So we could do like so it'll be like not just like a random, it'll be more of like a live reading, you know?
Yeah.
Which I like when people do those.
Yeah. Well, so you're ending it here?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for inviting me. So,
And thank you for everybody that came to the chat. I appreciate you all.
I'll just do my outro and then you do yours. I'm Happy Shadows. Here's say congrats again to Love the Grave for reaching 100 subscribers. Remember, everybody, stay happy in the shadows.
And I just want to say thank you for my 103 subscribers now. And I don't really have a good sign off like you, but good night, everyone.
Oh, that was badass.
Good night. Thank you, Happy Shadows.
Good night, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the dead bite. Bah.
I bite.